Oops. Why does that look so dark? Huh. Just getting set up. Please say hello as soon as you enter. Okay, I just want to let everyone know. I need more people here. Just give me a moment before I say what I say. Hi. Hi, Aries Rainbow. Wow. I always love to see like the people who have been watching since forever, like years ago. I usually think you guys are gone when I don't see you commenting, but then you guys tend to pop up in my lives and I'm like, wow, you're still around. Thanks for being, with me for this long. I really appreciate it. Also, hi Robin, you can ask me, you can talk to me during these lives. It doesn't have to just be about paid readings. If you have any questions about spirituality or ascension or your life, well, not your life, but what you're going through, like spiritually in your life, you can totally ask me. Feel free to ask me. Absolutely. I love to talk to you guys. I love to talk in general, and share my wisdom. So, absolutely, if you have any questions. And if you do want to get in right now on a reading, I would get in because I've got 3 people who have already paid. So you would be 4th. I just have to get this pinned. I kind of also want to share, have you seen my new video on my 2nd channel? I also want to share that as well. Let me just get a few things here pinned. Okay, so that's going to be pinned. Pin. I'm going to also go ahead and share my new video on my 2nd channel where I talk about ascension. And with this video, I'm talking about being a generator. You most likely are a generator, okay? The odds of you being one is going to be like 99.9%. So you may want to go check it out and see if there's anything that makes sense to you, maybe even solves an issue like that you've been kind of dealing with. And, just by knowing that you're a generator, it can kind of put something to bed, honestly. So I'm going to share that as well too. Oh goodness. Will I get my money back? I got scammed by a taxi driver. How did that happen? This is my new video. Oh shoot, did I share it? Okay, wait. New video on generators or being a generator. Oh my, okay guys, sorry. I'm like fairly new to this. I'm trying to paste. Here we go. What does that say? Okay, well, whatever. I'm having issues. That's my new video. If you want to, are you a projector? Oh, wow, that's rare. No, I don't, but I can talk about like manifestors. I will talk about other human design types, but for now, I just want to do a couple on generators. But I can definitely talk about projectors. I want to get through, them first. So is this pinned? Okay, let me go to my PayPal now, guys. Oh, you're a projector. I really love that, actually, you guys know you know, like what your types are. I think it's really important, especially in this day and age, to know, because we all came here, right, with a mission at this time, and we're more than ever really fulfilling our human design, you know, prototypes, I feel like, at this time. Just bear with me, guys. Okay. So I've got Sue Young for 1, and then I've got Melody for 2. So if anyone wants to get in right now, you'd be 4th. So just bear with me. Okay. Let's bring forth the messages that Sue Young needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Okay, any messages from Spirit with respect to love? Okay, kind of interesting. And as well, try to show up for your reading, okay? Try to show up for your reading if you can. Give me one moment, I have to open a vent. Need more air conditioning coming through because I get really hot. I have like a light here. Okay. We're gonna also take a card from this deck for you. Wow, we got a lot of projectors. Okay, so these are paid readings, so you keep repeating. That's not gonna do anything. These are paid readings. Give me more. I feel like you've got a particular type of person in mind. I think you're actually manifesting them right now, Sue Young, like really, but they're on their way. They're not ready to come in completely, not as of yet, but within 1 year. Within 1 year. This also makes me feel like you're learning a lot, like in the process, in order to kind of be ready for them. But you can't, yeah, there he is. You can't see him right now. Hi. Oh, there you are. Yeah, so I'm reading for you. You're here. Yeah, you're manifesting somebody. You just don't have enough information about him right now, energetically. But I think you can feel him. He's there and he's there. There is somebody. But what I will tell you, Sue Young, is the more that you can stay focused on yourself is the faster you can bring him in, because there is really something very important about you getting to be where you need to be so that when they come in, you don't have like this distraction energy. And I'm thinking now, because there's so many Pentacle cards, this has a lot to do with your career, okay? You know, I remember, you know, what you told me about your career, and, you know, you're in the midst of getting it up and running. Spirit really wants you doing that. That's actually really a part of your mission. So we're going to really need you to be there first before that person comes in. Just letting you know, an update. I'm on Sue Young. I've got Melody for 2, then Robin for 1, and then Aurora for 1. Okay, I'll always go down the line to let you know where you are in place, but please, if you can, try to show up for your readings. It's gonna make it a lot better if you can, you know, be here and be present. Just your energy, yes, through the screen. So I see somebody here. I've got a proposal. What I will tell you about this is that I'm kind of happy to report that this person feels like they're here to stay. You know, if you guys watch my readings, these live readings and when I read for people, I don't always get to give somebody a news like that, because sometimes you're learning something. Sometimes they're just there to stay for a certain amount of time. With Soo Young, I just feel like this is the one. This is the one. And you will feel like he comes in at a perfect time, because like you've got nothing else to do but kind of contribute your energy towards love. So I love this. I really love this. You're getting where you need to be career-wise, and then he's coming in. And he's going to be a big supporter of your career. He may even have a part down the line to play in it. And I don't know what that's going to look like. It could be anything from just being like a researcher or helping you get more clients. I don't know that I feel like he's working there, but he's going to be contributing energetically. Hi, A Persona. So this is beautiful. But you're not ready yet. He's not, you're like this, like, no. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Right now, you're blocked. But I like that you're dreaming about him, because that card would indicate that. She's got the blindfold on. She's literally with the moon in the back. That's total representation of intuition. So she's only tapped in that way right now regarding him. But he looks like he's here to stay. He's going to be monumental, okay, to your life. He's not a passerby or a passer, passing through. He feels to me like he's here to stay. But what the message from Spirit is that we really want to get you to where you need to be financially and career-wise. We want you doing that direction, and then we can bring him in. And he's not going to come in that further along after you get it up and running. I'm feeling like within the first year of you having your own place. So it's really nice and it's really perfect. It's really perfect. So I don't even know what more you could want, You're financially good. Now you're getting love. It's just, you feel whole. The person will feel whole. There won't be anything like, I need to do this, I need to do that. It's already done. So it's wonderful. Okay. Just going to go down the line again. I've got Melody for 2, Robin for 1, Aurora for 1. And then I've got this person, which I don't really understand this writing. But the question is, whatever get my money back? Does she see me as her meal ticket? Does she keeps moving the pool? Okay. That's the other person. I just can't read this. It's in a different language. All right. So let's move on to Mel. Let's bring forth the messages she needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. How does N experience me and our encounters? Okay, how does this person react, or how do they react to the experience that is shared with Melody and or their encounters, whatever, it's the same thing. Jeez, what is going on here? Guys, I hate this light that's near me. I may have to turn it off and then it will get kind of dark. I'm just going to turn it off for a bit, guys. You should be able to see the cards, but it's just like I can't with this. It just makes me too hot. I'll turn it back on in a bit. Oh, okay, no problem, Aries Rainbow. You're welcome, Soo Young. Give me more. Anybody wants to ask me any questions about, spirituality, whatever, go ahead, Yikes, I hope you guys can see. So I knew right off the bat when I saw the 8 of Swords, this was not going to be, I feel like, the best reaction. It has nothing to do with you. It's just the way they're reacting to your frequency or your energy. And I feel like there is a lot of, if I'm them, I know I feel like I'm not enough, but I feel like performance wise, like I gotta do more, I gotta say more. I feel like I, need to be creative with this person. I would say the Six of Cups is nice, does enjoy, the way you make them feel with the High Priestess. You feel comforting. They do feel like very comforted by you. Very comforted from you. Do people get karma from past life? That is such a big topic. I don't even know if I could answer that. Karma, good karma, bad karma, all of it. Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely get good karma. It can come in the way of like good looks, maybe height, abilities. That's all good karma. Bad karma, I don't know. I think so too, but that's such a big topic that's gonna be hard for me to like give you an answer into. But I guess to sum it up, yeah, but good and bad you can get. How do you protect your energy? I don't do that. I don't get into the whole protection. I reside. I reside in the fifth dimension. To me, protection, it's a third dimensional energy, a word. It kind of implies danger, and I know I'm protected. I'm already in a timeline where I'm protected, so I don't have to do anything, So yeah, I just feel like there's a lot going on, and I'm gonna put this back on because I feel like you guys can't see, but with the third party, don't worry about that. My mind is going right to the interference card. There's a lot of interference. There's a lot of like third energy. So there's a lot happening with this melody. It's not just about you and them. They feel a third energy. And I feel like a lot of times when they are around you, they can either sense the fact that like they're wearing a mask, like you've kind of shown a light on that to them, that they're wearing a mask, or they feel like they have to put a mask on when they're around you. Or it's that you can see right through them. They can feel that because we've got the High Priestess here. Are you kidding me? If you have a High Priestess here, she's going to give you the vibe that like when you're around her, you can't really BS because she may be nodding her head quietly like, but she knows what's going on and that other person can feel it too. So it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult. And then we've got like attraction, with the devil. We've got like, but it's sitting above an emperor. And I feel like it's like this guy is normally usually very strong, but you shine a light and make him feel weak. And I don't know that he necessarily likes that because I feel like with this Eight of Swords, it's again giving me that like, I feel victimized by this connection. Because your person wants to operate in a certain way that they've always operated, but it doesn't work with you. They can feel it. So there's like a lot of resistance. But it's very explosive, but very, I feel like, exhausting. Oh, there's the Magician. There's the Magician. So you better believe there's something significant coming through with this spread in regards to the mask. Maybe even putting on a performance, feeling like they have to put on a performance. I can't tell if they feel like they have to put a certain mask on with this card, or you can see right through their mask. I'm not doing all signs. This is paid readings, personal readings. Yeah, this is what I'm getting for you. But with that third party, this is not about another person. This is about a third energy that they can feel when they're around you. And it makes them very uncomfortable. But guess what? It's supposed to. It's supposed to, because this connection is not going to thrive or be able to operate with anyone wearing a mask. This is not what it's made for. Okay? You also are kind of like past life. Well, not kind of. You're past life, lovers. Okay? You know each other. So you can't pull this SHIT. You guys know each other on a soul level. It's there. Okay? That's how they feel. Not the easiest melody. That's not going to be the easiest. I could tell you, I have been around somebody like that in my life, and I mean, I'm different now. I've worked on myself, but 5 years ago, I ran so far. I did not like the way this person could see right through me. I did not like it. I had all kinds of reactions. I'll tell you that. And it's not the easiest to be, around. Okay, what's the other question? How would he be in a relationship with me? More practical, loyal, romantic? Okay. What would the relationship look like, or how this person would operate with Melody if they were in a relationship together? Now, I'm assuming you're talking about right now, because this person right now could be at a different part in their journey than if they, moved along, further, because we all evolve, right? Well, I mean, we hope that we would evolve, but I'm going to do it based upon now. That could come like a very different answer than in the future, like if they were to evolve. So yeah, I don't know. Let's just see what the cards say. What would a relationship be like with this person? How would they behave in the relationship? Thank you for liking the video. I really appreciate it. Everybody who's taking the opportunity, it's free to do. I'm gonna share a video after I draw these cards that I just posted about generators. You may want to check it out. It could really be, something that you find very useful to know, because you're most likely one. 90% of the population right now are generators. So I'm going to share it again. Oh, hi, Jalen. How are you? Did I miss my reading? No, you did not. How much do you believe in astrology and planetary? That for me, it's always, 100%, but not Western. Sorry, only Vedic. That's where the true planets are. I'm not bashing anybody else who watches Western. I just find for me, the Vedic is freakily, really freaky accurate for me. And, when you watch these Vedic astrologers online, there's so much more, I feel like, specific when they're doing the forecast than if I was to watch the Western. The Western always feels to me like so general. So I don't know, but it's a science. It's a based science. It's been proven. So it's absolutely accurate. Absolutely. Just gonna share my video again. Go check that video, guys. Hi. Yes, I see Vedic too. Do you know about the dashas? Yeah. Well, you're talking about a Mahadasha, right? I'm going through Saturn right now. It doesn't have to be the worst. Don't get too down about the Mahadashas that you're going. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, right? Don't be too down about that. I mean, I get that Jupiter is to me, Jupiter was the best. I mean, I went through Jupiter and I had endless opportunities coming in. It was like I was on a roller coaster ride. Like it was like the best ride ever. Jupiter Mahadasha. I'm in Saturn right now though. Which one are you in? Curious to know. What would a relationship be? I'm spending my birthday recovering from a cold, but that's okay. I hope you're doing, remember, colds are blessings. It's your body's way of getting rid of something. Oh my God, Saturn, mine is in Ketu, just entered Venus. Interesting. So what would a relationship be like? I keep want to call you Leo. Jalen, I don't know if you see my video up there. I don't know if you're subscribed to my second channel. You're probably a generator. Your smile alone tells me you're most likely one. In your profile pic, go check that video. So what would a relationship be like with this person, or how would they react? Now, this is actually kind of nice. It would be very fun. You'd be going places, you'd be doing things. Seems like your person's quite adventurous, not like a homebody type, but they would actually be very protective. And they may want to have some children with you quite soon, or even if it did happen and it wasn't that you were planning it, they would step up. I do feel like, you know, even though that's great, right? There could be, you know, a lot of like fireworks, okay, with the Tower and the Fool. But, you know, you two actually have the capability to break through a lot of, you could actually, how do I say this? You guys could help each other to ascend and go to the next level, like timeline jumping, okay? I don't know if you can wrap your head around that, but that's actually very exciting. That's a kind of relationship you want to be in, okay? You know, like when the both of you are evolving and holding your hand and like jumping through timelines together, because it kind of sucks when one does and the other just kind of waiting for the other one. So this has the possibility to really get you could go far spiritually is what I'm saying, okay? I know you want it practical, but I can't help what I'm seeing. I do feel like as well, they would be able to nurture the emotional side of this relationship. They would learn to nurture the emotional side of this relationship with it, which is really nice. But I do feel like this is like a working relationship. So it's not going to be quiet. It's not going to be even, you know, boring. It's going to be constantly like you're being challenged. But I think they would step up to the plate with the Emperor. I think they would be okay with it. I think they would actually enjoy it. But I'm going to say another thing, Melody. I feel like your person here with the Emperor, they would have to get to a certain level, spiritually, you know, even maybe being evolved, like enlightened, in order to kind of like handle something like this. So you see how it's kind of difficult right now? It would probably get more difficult. Like this is not a relationship to kind of fall asleep on. Both of you are not going to be falling asleep. This is going to be high activity, but you are here to grow. Okay? But you guys are capable. So I don't know if that answers your question, but you know, this, you know, I know you wanted practical. This is not practical. This is not a practical relationship. This is like a relationship that comes in to like push the both of you to like heights that, you know, you couldn't even, no other couple would resonate with, if you get where I'm going. I watched and I resonated with some things like need to get stronger. Yeah, that's going to be a big one for generators. So this is kind of what I'm getting. But they would be excited. They would be engaged. They wouldn't get bored. But I feel like with the Emperor, they need to mold into the Emperor first. And that could be what's the delay. No worries. I'm sorry you feel like that, Aries. It really sucks to feel that way. What happened to your Vedic astrology makes me Pisces sun? I have to admit I hate myself. Ooh, those are strong words. Those are really strong words. I don't even like repeating something like that. You don't have to hate yourself. You need to accept yourself. I don't know if you're watching certain things or you have this idea in your mind of what you're supposed to be. You need to accept yourself for whoever it is that you are. But, you know, dedicate yourself to growth. If there's things you want to change, you can totally do it. It's never too late for anything, okay? Okay, let's see who's here. I gotta text somebody because I'm gonna need more water. I don't know what it is about when I read. I get hungry and then I need water, so I need more water. Can you please bring me some cold water, like 2 bottles? Thanks. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. I'm just gonna go down the line. So we've got Robin, then we've got Aurora, and then we've got Aries Rainbow. So we've got 3 people. If you want to get in, I would get in. I'm not going to be here forever. I'm just doing this because I know a lot of you cannot catch me during the week. And I can see that the people are here are not people I usually get through the week. So, okay, so let's bring forth the messages that Robin needs to hear. not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. What's next in love life? What's next? I need you to also increase the air conditioning. Like make it colder in here.
By how much?
I don't know, 1 degree? Okay. Thanks. Okay, so we got another 2 of Swords hanging out here. Tells me you definitely are feeling like you're in the dark about love, that you can't really, you know, see or maybe even sense anything is coming, but something maybe intuitive wise makes you feel like something is coming. So it could just be that it's just intuition. Yes, you got this, Aries. I also kind of resonated with the part where you said people acting weird towards you and staring. I feel like I feel like I make people uncomfortable sometimes by my presence. It may be the progressed Scorpio rising. I should have added in that video that, you know, the whole staring can also be that you're serving as like a mirror, like you're a mirrored empath kind of shining back on the light back to the person, their kind of, I don't know, their insecurities or their traumas, and you're activating maybe that, you know, them growing, or to start maybe even, you know, it's like an activation. I should have added that. I just knew that when, you know, because people always tell me it's the way, it's because you're good looking. I'm like, no, I just knew it was more than that. Yeah, it can be serving as so many different things, Jalen. It's actually insane. We won't know it really, like on a conscious level, what it is, but the presence, you know, it's, do you find you've been useful to a lot of people in life? Like, do you find, you know, you may show up somewhere and say the right thing to somebody? Because I've done that a lot of times too. I've sparked ideas in people. So yeah, the reading list is like 3 people. Yeah, mirrors. What's next for Robin in love? It looks like we've got some unfinished business. Is Robin here by any chance? Could you let me know? Does it make sense to you that you've kind of, I want to ask, I don't want to say that this is too far behind, but has there been somebody, because I just need to get it off the table. Has there been somebody you've recently cut ties with, or you've broken up with, or you've let them go, or there was a breakup of some sorts? Has that recently happened? If you are here, Robin? Because I've got the unfinished business card, but this could totally be from a past life. And it feels difficult for me. I don't feel like I can give you the advice that it's going to be like the greatest love of all time. I mean, it may feel like that, but it's definitely here with the High Priestess to teach you something. It's here to progress you. You know, you're on a journey. It's here to progress you. And what I will say is what it's going to look like in the sense of it not working is going to be really based upon, you know, your personalities. That person is perfectly different from you on purpose, because it's going to be everything. It's going to be the way you communicate. It's going to be, this person will have lack of predictability. They won't be predictable. They won't keep their word. They're going to be difficult too, but they could also feel like, oh goodness, you're going to hate this, Robin. I also just heard with this, it could be a past life enemy. Now, I don't like using a word like that because people get like really freaked out. Oh my God, an enemy. Listen, it doesn't have to be that the person, like, you know, offed you in another life. It's just, I just feel like I'm closing something. I'm closing something. I'm closing a chapter. But this person is also serving simultaneously as a perfectly what I need to move forward. And even if that's just you realizing what, you know, you don't prefer or you do prefer, it's good enough. But I don't want you to be looking at this like it's a waste of time. Yes, I believe that it's teaching me something. Okay, that's great. That's a great attitude to have, because I really cannot get behind people who want to, like, honestly sit there in my comment section on my videos and complain about, you know, pain and suffering and life and everything's a waste of time. I cannot get behind that. Like, nothing is a waste of time. Nothing is showing up in your reality for no reason. It's there on purpose to show you something, or it wouldn't be there. It just wouldn't, you know? And you know, you labeling things like pain and suffering, I mean, you're just gonna, then that's what your reality will be, okay? So I love that that's your philosophy, because I just feel like there's someone coming, but he is so perfectly different from you, and he's gonna get on your nerves. That's the other thing too. It's gonna, like, you're gonna feel all the bells and whistles. He'll be hot. He'll think you're hot. There will be like eye contact. It will be straight out of a Disney movie, but there's just like, it doesn't have sustainability. And there's a reason for that. Hi, Lisa. If I have impacted people, they haven't told me. Oh yeah, you'll never get that. The only people who ever told me anything was this community. Okay? Nobody in life, like my personal life, who I believe I've helped way more than anybody on here, has ever told me thank you. If anything, they got mad at me. They got mad at me, and like, there was all kinds of things that happened. You guys have been the only one that have showed any kind of gratitude for me. So that's common. You picked up in a reading from earlier this year that I would be teaching something and I would impact a lot of people. I resonated with that. Yeah, you will be surprised at how this world will surprise you. If you would have told me 10 years ago I would have been reading cards, I would have been like, you are batshit crazy and you need help. I would have probably not wanted to talk to you anymore. I would have thought that was crazy. But you know what the thing is? The thing that I've realized is that you cannot perceive what you are not the vibration of, okay? And this is like a true thing, because you'll find things maybe you didn't accept 3 years ago, you now accept, because you've moved vibrationally into that timeline where it's more understandable to you, you know? So yeah, this is what's coming, Robin, but I think you're gonna be okay because of what you're saying to me. Based upon what I see you writing me, I think you're gonna be okay. I don't feel like I need to coddle you. I think you understand. I think you'll be able to see right away through that person what they're there for. I think you've got like a keen sense on you. I mean, you're being represented by a Queen of Wands. I don't care what your zodiac sign is. You're being represented by a Queen of Wands. She's the only queen that sits with a black cat in front of her. Okay? You think that's by accident that they put that there? She's the most psychic. I don't care about the High Priestess. The Queen of Wands is, okay? And she can sense energy. That's why she's Wands. And what is it that you, need when you are intuitive? You need to be able to sense energy, because people are not going to show you with their actions, right? You have to be able to pick up on that energy, right? What's the energy saying? Not their actions or what's coming out their mouth, right? Do you think what's meant for you can miss you? Absolutely not. But, there's a but. I do think opportunity can come in, but this is a tricky one, because opportunities are always coming in. It's just, if like what I said, if you're not the vibration of it or you're not ready, you could turn it down. But I don't feel like, it's forever gone. I think it will come back again. So I don't believe in like opportunities expiring, but there is a but with that, like, for example, I could have had a feeling like, let's say somebody's called to go on YouTube. Maybe they're getting the feeling a year ago, but they're like, I don't know. And they're sitting on it. 2 years later, they do it and they're successful. So they weren't ready 2 years ago, but now they are, and then they're successful. It's very intricate, but for the most part, and that's why you work on your vibration, so you can see those opportunities. Let me tell you, when you are aware, you can see right through the most like menial thing, okay? Like to what somebody else might think is small, you can see and you know exactly why that's showing up. You're like, oh, I know what's going on here. You know, you've done that. You know, you've done that. You've seen things and you're like, ha ha ha, universe, what are you doing? You know, right? Yeah, life always goes on. And don't ever think that anything is your last bus. I don't care if you're 90 years old. If you're breathing, you can fall in love. You can go back to university. You can write that book. Look at all the 90-year-olds on the YouTube channel just killing it. Millions and millions and millions of views just talking about their wisdom. I mean, genius, just absolutely genius. And that's what we are here to do, guys, when we are living on this earth plane. Like, we are here to live, okay? Don't get trapped into this box they're putting us in of, you know, the 9 to 5, the paying the bills, and then, you know, paying the taxes and dying. No. Go out there and do things, get things done, dream big. Don't discuss your dreams with other people. You know, you just need yourself. That's all you need. And just go tackle them. At least try, because then at least you can say you did. And then you don't have to worry about regret or like the what if, right? Okay, let's go over here. Okay, I'm on Aurora, then I'm on Aries, then I'm on Sujen, and then I'm on Sarah, okay? Let's bring forth the messages that Aurora needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear, and let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Will she have new friends soon? Do you belong? Okay, there was something that just came through, not really within the cards, but are you there, Aurora? Do you belong to any kind of groups? Like, were you thinking of joining a group or like a club or something? There's something coming through in remote viewing, and I have to ask you, like, were you thinking of joining something? I'm just curious. That's coming through. I'm gonna go back to the chat. Aurora, is she here? Okay, I just want to reiterate, this was not coming through in the cards. I just felt like there could be an opportunity if you are looking for new friends. I don't know if something comes into your existence where there's this opportunity to join a club. And it does feel like a hobby. Feels like a hobby club, like something, you know, like a hobby. And I think this is something you're interested in, but like, you think you're going for the hobby, but there's actually some people there waiting for you. Some opportunities. 1 second, I need to drink. So just want to put that out there because I don't see you. Will you meet some new friends soon? Well, this is kind of interesting because I wish you were here. I also want to know if you're single because, listen, you guys can ask the questions that you like, but sometimes Spirit's going to take the opportunity while they have your attention to bring up other things. And I see a man. I see a man. So, you know, I think you're not here, but, you know, it's always best to show up for your readings, but I'll put that aside just because I don't see you. But listen, if you are single, I see a man coming through and he's hi, Ray. He's got it going on. He's really good. He's kind of ready. He's ready. I shouldn't say kind of. He feels ready to me. And I feel like he has a lot going on for him. He's definitely a match for you, like societally. Like, I don't even know what I mean by that. Like, I feel like he's got, like, he's doing well in life, okay? There's an opportunity for that. Okay, I guess I will be soon. Okay, good. There you are. I'm in med school. Okay. Are you Aurora? Because there's a chance. There's a chance that there could be some, you know, people there for you, okay? Now, what I will tell you is that with the Three of Pentacles, either through your workplace or through your career, that's the same thing. What am I talking about? Or a place where people gather for learning or work, there could be opportunities. Now, with that devil on the bottom, I'm a little concerned. And let me just look at the card because I feel like I need to be concerned about something that I need to tell you, but I need to look at it. Okay. When it comes to your workplace or your school or wherever you're gathering, I feel like be surface level. This is not a place you're going to want to make too close of friends. And I don't know why I'm saying that. Okay. They don't really want to go into the details of why they're saying that. But I feel like with the devil, keep it very light and fluffy. So when it comes to your workplace or the place that you're gathering, you know, like you just said, school, keep it very light and fluffy. But I'm going back to that club. I don't know. And this could be something you don't understand right now. And then a couple weeks from now, you see a flyer somewhere where it's like, oh, this is going on here. It's weird too, because they just told me it would be free. It's a free meetup. I don't know. Okay, that's weird. But there's a man as well too. There's a man and why are they telling me to say that? Okay. How long have you been in med school for? I need to ask. Is this your first year? I have something to say. I need you to answer. How long have you been in med school for? Is this your first year? Okay. That's a professor. Now, listen, I'm not saying anything is going to come into, you know, play. I'm just saying there's an interest and it may not be overtly there, but it's going to be simmering. And I feel like there's going to be maybe some interest. Okay. And I felt like, I was like, who is this magician? Why is he being, what's a magician? And then you said med school because it's weird because magician can represent a doctor, but he's at the head of something. So I don't know if it's a professor, your professor. I'm just going to say professor, but don't get scared. Okay. He's not weird or anything like that. He's not going to even do anything. I just think he's going to be very, you know, pulled towards you, gravitated towards you. Okay. So friends right now, as an overview from spirit don't focus on it too much. It will come in, you know, as it should. Keep it fluffy with your, I don't know, peers, classmates or whatever these people are gathering to learn. And then we've got like a little bit of an attraction from, I feel like, a professor or someone who's at the head of the table in that kind of line of work. Okay. Oh, and then if you see something that you're interested in, don't just sign up to something because I now told you that. Like, make it be authentic as possible. Like, see the flyer and actually have an interest in it. Or if there's something that comes into your, you know, existence and you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, and it's free on top of that. Go. You can meet some friends, okay? Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Okay, so I have Aries, then Sujen, then Sarah, and then 2 for Ray. Okay, Aries Rainbow, write me your question. Just write me your question again in the chat. Like what you want to know. And just make sure you're checking the way that you're writing it so I can understand. I'll wait for you. And if anybody... excuse me, has a question in the meantime for me about spirituality or whatever, let me know. I'll answer it. I'm really can do both. I'm really good like that. But if I don't know what you're talking about, I will not speak about it. Let's bring forth the messages Aries Rainbow needs to hear. Not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Worried about the devil. I may have shared so much already. Don't worry about it. Just from here on out, rein it in. Don't worry about anything. If anybody has a question in the meantime, while I wait for Aries Rainbow, go ahead. Maybe I'll share my video again. Hi. Oh, you're a projector? You've been told? Okay, but have you did the calculator? I don't use protection prayer. Sorry, I don't believe in it. What advice do you have for folks just awakening? You gotta have patience. This is not an overnight thing. Okay, I've been on a journey since 2007 and it never ends. Do you like that? Pretty blunt, right? I don't know if that would bring them comfort, but you know, it's pretty to the point. You got to have patience and you can't expect to get all the information overnight. And once you start, it's a never-ending ride. I got scammed by my taxi driver. We went Costco together and now she refused to pay her share of the money. Will she pay me back? Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. What I will tell you, or what I would tell a person, is that it may feel rough. It may feel like you are on the most treacherous ride of your life, but it's going to be a lot more beneficial and it's going to bring you a lot more blessings. But not only that, it's going to give you the navigation to really get the most out of life doing the bare minimum if you stay on it. I would rather be on a spiritual journey than be asleep, okay? Because the people who are asleep, they have zero navigation, they have zero connection, they are lost, they are confused. I mean, maybe that's their journey to be like not awakening in this lifetime, but when I look at them or when I talk to them, it's there's just very, I feel like, minimal options available to them as opposed to somebody who's on a journey. The whole world opens up for you, you know? Okay, sorry for coughing like that. There she is, okay, doing what she did. This is a response you're gonna have to really have an open mind for, okay? I can see here you got scammed. I can see here there was an injustice done, okay? No matter how big or small anybody thinks it is. But your money will come back in a different way. It will not come back from her, but the universe did not forget. It's almost like, I don't want to use the word karma. I just, it's so cheesy at this point. It's more like when you are outed out of something that should be yours, someone got in the way of it. It's the universe is not going to forget. They're just going to redirect. So You're gonna have to wait, but you will be blessed back with the money in a different way. You are gonna have to, I feel like, I don't know how you're gonna feel about that response. It happens every day, Aries Rainbow child. It happens every day. People are interfering with people's blessings, but that person has nothing to worry about, because they will get, the universe does not forget, they just redirect. Okay, so let's say you got scammed out of a house that was supposed to be yours. You'll just get a house another way. Okay, you may win a house, you may eventually get your own house or another house on your own, but you're not going to be forgotten about. But I don't see it coming back from her. Yeah, spiritual law, thank you. If you complete a karmic cycle with someone, let's say a family member, for example, how may the connection evolve into the next reincarnation or even in the current life? It upgrades. It upgrades. They're actually showing me something in regards to your question. They're actually showing me something, like an example. Okay, let's say you have two people. Okay, let's take like a husband and wife, okay? They don't work on what has been a big problem in their marriage this lifetime. You have two timelines that can play out in the next reincarnation. You can have another one where they're born into like a very chaotic, rundown city, very noisy, there's poverty. They come in with the same issues again, and then they're butting heads again, and they have to figure it out again. Then they're showing me another timeline where they worked on what they were supposed to work on, they figured it out, and now they're like living, or they got born onto like a beautiful countryside, where the people were high vibrational, and they believed in like herbs and like plant medicine, and everybody was there like living like a fifth dimension, like they didn't even know what the matrix was. And the two of those people now are like, let's get together and start healing. They open up a healing place. That's what they just showed me. That's what they just showed me. That's how it can kind of play out. Yeah. I have looked in my human design, but I don't have my exact time of birth other than oh, okay. Time of birth. Interesting. Should I let it go? Always. Oh, no. Sorry, I take that back. How do you feel about that? I'm not here to tell you what to do. You have to ask yourself how you feel about that. What I will tell you is that what I've come to learn is that in this lifetime, 99.9% of things are not worth your time. I'm not saying you should let everything go. There are times where there's really things that are not right, where you need to kind of say something. But from what I've seen in like just my wisdom of what I've gathered in these years, 99% of time is just not worth it. I mean, it's kind of interesting, this situation, because did you say she's avoiding you? Because it's kind of like, now you've gone and ridden her. I'm actually using this from A Bronx Tale. I don't know if you know that movie. There's this guy, he keeps dodging this guy because he owes him $20. And then so this other guy, the guy who he owes the money to, asks the other guy, what should I do about it? So the other guy says to him, do you even like the guy? He's like, no. He goes, well, there you go. It cost you $20 to get rid of him. I don't know why I'm using it. Oh my God, that's so funny. How did I remember that? I love that movie. That's actually one of my favorite movies. I just found my human design is whoa, you're really rare. You're a reflector. That's cool. But I called her. Okay, I don't know how you're going to continue the relationship if she doesn't pay the money back to you. That's going to be a bit of a tough one. I personally, if you owe me money, I'm not talking to you. I'm not going to let it go, but I'm not talking to you anymore. So you're going to have to really ask yourself that question. I don't think I'm feeling guided to, give you that answer because you have to have your own free will. You have to see how that feels like for you. What I can tell you with this is that as we speak, the universe is redirecting that money back to you. You will get it back. It was supposed to be yours, okay? it's in alignment for you to have it. That's all I can say. Okay, Sujen. Oh my goodness, Sujen, come on. What kind of a question is this? Oh my God, I cannot, listen, we can do this for fun, but, you know, like, do not take anything I'm saying, with, you know, with a grain of, like, take it with a grain of salt. Will I have enough finances for retirement? Oh man, that's a lot of pressure, right? I mean, I'm sure we're reading like, you know, way in the future. Why don't you shift to a timeline where you will have enough, you know, finances for the future or in retirement? Let's just ask, will she have enough finances for retirement? You know how many times, guys, I want to come on live? Like, I'm just sitting around. I'm like, you know what? I'm bored. I want to go talk to my friends, you know? But I don't want to overdo it, you know? I don't want to overdo it because, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I do wonder if people will show up. It's not like my channel is like humongous, right? So, yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love your videos. Thank you. So, it's not going to just be you, okay? When you're retired, and with the Empress on the bottom, you'll be still making money even in retirement. So this tells me there's going to be a passive income with the Page of Wands. What I'm feeling from this spread is that I don't think there's retirement for you. Now, when you say retirement, I'm assuming you don't want to be working, just collecting. I think you're collecting and some. So you're not really ever going out of business, Sujen, okay? You're going to be making money passively here. This tells me this with the King of Cups. So this is a very quick answer. This is not really that complicated. I just would urge you to constantly take risks, okay? Because you may, in 10 years from now, have another idea. It's going to be those ideas and those planting of the seeds that, you know, grow and flourish so that when you are retired, you're still getting passive income. I'm facing her tomorrow. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for letting us know. Yeah, it's going to have to be your decision. Yeah, there's not much with this. I think you're, you know, the fact that you have the Empress on the bottom, it's pretty good. Pretty good to get in this kind of spread. Do you think someone's soul evolution could ever be reversed, or will it stay with you into the next life? I am freaking loving your questions. Like, you're kind of like, these questions are so good. They're actually like taking me out of boredom because I don't get to talk to people like this. I don't have conversations like this. Like, this is what I crave. What I will say to that is, and again, it's going to be very intricate. I'm a very big believer, and it's because of things I've been shown, that when you choose to reincarnate, you can definitely, if it's for the best, for your soul evolution, you can actually go into another era in time if that would serve its purpose. Now, I would assume that, let's say you leave this life, let's say you pass and you go through the veil in 2050. You're like, you know what? I think for my soul evolution, it would be best to go back to like 1450. I'm pretty sure your life in 1450 is going to be a lot more difficult than if you kind of like went forward. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I don't know. I'm just thinking, you know, there could be a residue on the soul of remembering, you know, or feeling like something's off. Okay. You may encounter, obviously, because at that time frame, you didn't have as much evolved people, or, you know, you didn't have ascension happening, right? Right now, it's a great time period. People can speak freely about this stuff and not be called crazy, or, you know, put in a pit to die. Okay. And if you're kind of like, wait, what are you talking about? Don't we just move forward in time? No, time is existing all at the same. Okay, it's not linear, and it's not like there's no beginning to end. So right now, if I had a time machine, I could totally go back to 1600s, and it would be playing out. I mean, they show you this stuff in movies. Okay, so that's kind of like my answer. So, you know, let's say you get to a state of enlightenment, you know, in this life. I'm assuming if you kept it with you, or if it imprinted and it stayed on your soul, it could be a real tough time going back there. Do you know? Karmic debts, is that real? I think so. I just hate the labels. I hate the way it sounds like you owe someone something, because we all have free will, right? So that's kind of where I think the only thing I don't agree with is like the debt part. I think we're all just balancing out, you know, things. We definitely put things on our plate, but we can totally choose to go the opposite way. Where that's the beautiful thing about this, is that we always have free will. Okay. Let me just go back to the drawing board. Yeah, so like Sujen, you're fine. Like you have an Empress on the bottom of the deck. Are you kidding me? You're gonna be fine. Okay, let's go to Sarah. What will be the outcome between D and I? So let's bring forth the messages that Sarah needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct. Woo, that was freaky, right? That was freaky. The World. Something's completed. Okay, hold on here. I don't usually draw jumping cards, but I feel like there's something important about this, because you're asking about outcome. And I feel like the World, it just feels to me like something's completed. Something has been completed. And like you've moved on. Well, you're supposed to be moving on, but it could be that with the Nine of Swords, it's very hard too. But let's put that back. Let's put that back, and let's just, you know, pull the cards. So again, let's bring forth the messages Sarah needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. What is the outcome between D and her? Now, I kind of want to answer more to your question, Jalen. I'm just going to get these cards out. You know what the really intricate thing about that question is? You know what is the most difficult part about that is that as souls, it's that the veil of forgetting. It's the veil of forgetting. That's what I feel like screws us up. Not screws us up, but maybe trips us up. Because we forget when we go to the other side what it's like here. You know, we forget what it's like here. So we could put sometimes some really big missions on our backs, and we could be all gung-ho and doing backflips off like the cliff to come down, like real gung-ho about, yeah, we're gonna do this, you know, and then like you forget when you're here. And it's like some of these things that people put on, I mean, listen, I don't want to get too technical here, but think about people who go through things. Like think about the little people, you know, who go through, you know, the things they go through, right? Like the moving of little people around. Let's just, you know, use, you know, code here. Like that. I can't imagine like what were they thinking, you know, like to do that. But it's like it all serves a purpose. But sometimes we put some big things on our backs, and that's where the spirit guides come in play. They really try to like revise this and try to like give you recommendations like, hey, that could be like too much. But that could be why some people, when they're here, they just feel like, Why is the next person's life so quiet and mine is a hot mess? Why is mine constantly going? It's like, sometimes you don't realize that some people come here to have a resting life and not really experience. Maybe they just want to experience it to just to be, or you know, they don't like, they need a break. They can't. Their last life was like a mess. You know what I mean? It's just, there's a lot going on. Maybe we can set intention in this life to remember it in the next. I don't know. I don't know. I think there probably have been some people who have tried to do that already. I just I'm pretty sure someone's tried that already, right? But anyways, what is the outcome of you and D? Would it make sense to you that someone would have to have a little bit more courage in this connection to make it happen? Because I feel like I've got liquid courage, which is bravery, confidence, intoxicated, odd behavior. We've got anxiety as well. And then we've got on the bottom snake. But not only that, we've also got toxic relationship. I think in order for this to be successful, I feel like someone would have to step a little out of their comfort zone, okay? Someone would have to step outside of their comfort zone and take action. I feel like I've got somebody who is trying to play it safe or is not really rising up to the challenge of what this could be. Yeah, I like what you're saying, Jalen. I really do. We have to stop comparing ourselves to other people. This is one of the most, like, I don't want to say stupidest things we could do, but I understand that's kind of something we all do. Like, we grow up kind of being in competition with others. It's like the system is designed for that. But everyone's really in their own lane. This is why I don't even judge people anymore. I just don't. When you get to a certain point in your journey, you start to understand that people they behave in the way that they only know how to, whether it's based upon their trauma, whether it's based upon their lack of knowledge, whether it's where they're at in their journey, and it's like, I'm not saying that we should let people get away with things, but I understand some people do know better, but they don't do better. But we're all really in our own lane. We're all in our own lane. And, comparing yourself to your next door neighbor, or even if you're a YouTuber, it's like, no. Okay. Everybody needs what they need or is getting what they need. Some people may not resonate with me. I could be too harsh. I do feel like I have been told many times from spirit that my voice is an activator, but it can be very triggering. So it's kind of like, I was told in my dream that my voice had to come on YouTube to wake people up, but it felt like to me, they were showing me it was more like a tower moment. It wasn't necessarily like soft landing. Some people need a softer message, okay? But frequencies in voices are very real. So, people may not be ready for me, okay? And it has nothing to do with me. It's not me. It's who's ready, So yes. Yeah, I don't know who, like, Sarah, I don't know if you're here, but I don't know if I can speak about an outcome. I mean, the World Wide Web card came out. I mean, it did feel like we had closed a cycle, but we can have multiple cycles with people. I just feel like with this spread, it makes me feel like someone's not stepping up to the challenge, and it feels like it needs to be them. I feel like you're here, you're booking the reading, you're definitely probably more energetically, you know, ready, then they would be booking me, you know? But someone I feel like is a little torn between either what they're believing or their belief system or what they believe about this connection, or there's aspects of them I feel like that are too restricted in order to, I feel like, move. Either that or they're taking too long. Because the Four of Cups is here, and I feel like with the Queen of Swords, you need direction, but I don't know that you're going to get direction. Not with this connection, because again, we've got cards of anxiety. We've got cards of, you know, a snake and a toxic relationship. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. If anyone wants to book a reading, I'm just letting you know I've got 2 more people, and then you would be next. Yes, cycle closed. He's not stepping up. Oh, okay, that's you, Sarah. Sorry about that. I have a 3rd house, Mars and Pluto, so I resonate with your reading still. I cannot stand the sunshine and rainbow. You know, honestly, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to be very open and honest with you. There was a time about maybe, I think 3 years ago, I tried to do a reading where I lowered my voice. I tried to make my voice more like, hi, you know, like, hi everyone, you know, like just tried to kind of like make it sound more soothing. And it was like, I just erased it. I was like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because something was making me feel like maybe my voice was off-putting. But not only that, there were a few people here and there that would say my voice was, I mean, there were people who said my voice was soothing, but there were a few comments here and there at the time that my voice, I don't know what they wrote, I can't remember, but it was something about it being harsh or loud or something. So, and I was like, never again. And that's when I realized, you know what, whoever is right for me or who needs to hear me or hear my message, they will be guided to me. I don't really need to change myself in any way to kind of, you know, bring them in. It is what it is. This is actually exuding more energy out of me to like not be myself. So I didn't do it, but I did it once and I didn't even upload it. But when I heard it, I was like, it was so cringe to me. I was like, no, we're not putting that out there. Your voice is you. Yes, thank you. But I know my voice has been forever, you know, been labeled as like sounding aggressive. People always think I'm from New York. I don't know what to do. There's just nothing I can do about it, you know? To be honest, your voice is what draws me to your reading. Yeah, that's a big thing. Even other people's readings, don't underestimate the frequency in the voice. But I actually was also shown through a dream that all of you guys who are my subscribers, like we've known each other before. I've been shown like, it was a little foggy, but I was shown like somebody who was at kind of like the head of something. It felt like a temple. And I felt like I saw a crowd of people, and I was shown in that dream that those are your subscribers. And I was also told in a dream too that your subscribers are actually, you know, like your BFFs, you just don't know them yet. And I was like, okay, that's great, because one thing you know on this journey is making friends. That's gonna be, or getting soul tribe, that's gonna be a really difficult thing, right? But then it clicked for me and I was like, yeah, my subscribers are actually my best friends in real life. I just don't know them yet, you know? Chitra's voice has helped me quantum leap. It awakens the codes that, oh yes, I remember you telling me that. You know what? Actually, you know what? Now you're triggering a memory for me, because I didn't really think too much about it, but there's been a lot of people who have wrote me after having a reading with me that I gave them the code. And I was like, what does that mean? And I never followed up on it because I didn't really know what it meant, but I've been told that. So that's kind of cool that you're bringing that up. It's matter of fact, that's what we're looking for. Yeah, like I've told people before, I just cannot do the coddling. I just can't. I just want to give it to you guys straight. I don't want to. I want you to, in my opinion, in life, period, do you not find people understood you more when you kind of raised your voice and like used less words? It's like, this happens all the time. You tell people, go over there. What? Go over there. Go over there. Then they hear you, you know? But like, in my opinion, it's like, and everything I, do is what I like. I don't like anyone who beats me around the bush. I don't want to listen to you ramble. Just give it to me straight. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Let me know what I need to do so I can get to working. And one thing I personally just don't want to live is, and I don't want to live in a fairy tale. I don't want to live in any kind of like false realities. I just want to get to work, And when I watch people, which is not many, I mean, I like Bashar, but look at the way his style is, it's just very clean cut. It's very to the point. And like, just give me the formula. I don't want you to pamper me or put me on a soft ride. I want to get to work. I'm very active in my spiritual journey, and I'm working on my spirituality, my evolution every day. It's important for me. Because I just find the more I can unlock is the more better time I can have here. Because I'm going to be very honest. I don't think I'm really from I think, listen, we have many souls. We have an oversoul. I don't really resonate, I feel like, with Earth. I find it extremely boring. So I really do have to go out of my way to have a good time here. But I just feel like the more I can work on myself is the more I can navigate this place, because it's not that poppin', okay? Yeah, the codes. Your voice and delivery is so relatable. Like, I want to hear it. I understand what you say, and it's just straight. And I really appreciate that, because honestly, for me too, like, I don't have the best vocabulary. I don't think I have the best vocabulary. So I know I tend to use like these filler words and stuff, and I would love to speak better, but I even went through that too as well. I was like, I don't really sound like the smartest, but I'm trying to give these people something, like that they can use. So, and that's what that second channel is about for me. I really didn't understand why Spirit told me to do that, but it was to practice that, to really start practicing, my speech, and who knows what that may be for in the future. We just never know. So Sarah, to wrap up this reading, I just feel like there's a lot hidden right now from you about this connection. There could be a lot in the background that, really does, I feel like, need to unfold in order for this. Like, I feel like you would resonate with the fact that with the moon, it's just, there's a calling on you with this connection, but it's not upfront and honest. It's just too much behind the scenes. And it could involve, again, with the judgment, like awakening. It would require awakening. It would require, I feel like maybe that's what this guy needs, or this person, D. Maybe that's what is the whole stepping out of the comfort zone is, shaping up and, doing better, or maybe even an ego death, but they would need a lot of courage. And there's anxiety around this connection. I don't know if they have anxiety around this connection, or they don't like the way it makes them feel, or it makes them nervous, or just the stepping up makes them nervous. And then we've got someone wearing a false mask with the snake card, but it's a bit toxic. There's a lot of misunderstandings. There's triggering going on. This is not going to be the easiest thing. So I can't really give you an outcome. I just feel like I cannot give you an outcome. It has not been decided. Not at this moment in time when you're getting the reading. It's not blatantly for me in the cards. What's the outcome of this connection? It's about you, honey. It's about you. The outcome of the connection, Spirit wants to say you're going to be moving into, divine feminine energy, powerful. You're here to grow. They say focus on you. That's what it says. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to Ray, and then I'm going to Nandini. Ray is for 2, so if anybody wants to get in, you've got 3 readings in front of you. Let's bring forth the messages that Ray needs to hear, not the messages they want to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Atlantis. Okay, what is her love energy calling in right now? You got 2. Whoa. Okay, this is really nice because I've read for you. Obviously, I read for you all the time. I understand what the situation is. Your love energy is calling in a relationship. You know, there may have been a big shift from last time I read for you about that. I don't even think that was the last time. It was the time before that. And now, you see what I mean? You see what I mean when I say energy can shift? Something's different. Something's different. I feel like you've decided something, consciously or unconsciously. I don't know if it's to still... Okay, have you like changed your beliefs or something? Have you been more positive since the last time we read about this? Because I feel like this is what you're calling in now. There's been a shift with you. You are now calling in a relationship. I feel a shift. Yeah, something's different here. It's almost like I can still feel like I can remember when I read for you before. Something needed to be let go, or you've closed the door energetically on something with the 10 of Cups. Did you make peace with your pain? Did you make some sort of peace with the fact that maybe it's like, okay, let's turn this pain into something beautiful, like maybe even looking at it like it was supposed to be like that, or it was a lesson, or it was teaching me something, because there's been a shift now. So your love energy has shifted, and now you're working towards, I feel like, an actual relationship. I let go of Mike too. That's great. That is so good. Is it also too like what could have been, or were you kind of somehow maybe even within your scope still kind of holding on to a what if or a future? Because I see that here. And you're now, I feel like, ready for a relationship. You've grown enough, but you're also exuding this energy, which is, I'm fine on my own. I'm okay. It's okay. It's fine. She's like in a state of just attraction. She's not in a hurry. She's there. She's got her own. She's filling up her own cup. She's taking care of herself. You know, she's just, you know, really on standby in a sense, you know, like if it comes in, it comes in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's fine. I'm still going to be cool with myself. Like King of Pentacles, there's the person. There's nothing really more to say other than I think your love energy, sorry. It's calling in a relationship. Like you could feel like, wow. Because I haven't been able to say that to you before, right? I have not been able to say that. I feel very happy. That's the reason why I'm kind of like taking so long in the message. I feel happy about it. I feel happy about reporting this. And I kind of answered your question. Well, I did answer your question too as to why. So this is beautiful. Really beautiful. Let's go to your next question. Wishes fulfilled. I know it's your wish. I know. I know you want to have something a little bit more stable. Oh my God, look what I just opened the deck on. Love is coming. They're telling me look at the other card. Wow, Ray. Beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, I'm happy. I really am. No, I don't do spells, period. I don't even like the word spell. I mean, I can understand that, you know, oh, you are? Don't cry. I can understand that, you know, an affirmation can be kind of like that, but I don't know. I think it's the way you wrote it. I'm not into that. I don't do any kind of rituals or, no. Okay, let's talk about, I also don't believe in that stuff either. So, you know, I don't give life to that kind of stuff. You know, when people feel like someone put a thing on them, your belief in them putting a thing on you is what's causing it. People don't even realize that. I have been shown a life in Atlantis. Are you able to pick up on anything on that version of me? Ooh, that's cool. I didn't even read that part there. Any version of you. So any version of you in that life. That's cool. Okay. Let's find out what she needs to know about that version of herself in Atlantis. And is it relevant to anything now? Oh my God, it's like through the sands of time. Like it's kind of funny with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, let's go back in time. Oh man, oh, that's funny. Okay. Okay, it has something to do with your love life. Yeah. Yep. There's definitely something happening in love. And I'm getting visuals, so just bear with me. I need to make sense of what I'm seeing. There's betrayal. There was a betrayal from a lover who was actually... okay, I'm getting imprints now. Okay, so just bear with me. Your family knew this person. You know, okay, I'm getting kind of like water energy. Okay, I get it. Was Atlantis under the water? Yeah, right? It was under the water. Why do I feel like mermaid energy? Did mermaids exist in Atlantis? Were you a mermaid? Could mermaids, like, maybe I'm just confused because I think, clarify again for me, Atlantis, it was under the water, right? Okay. Also for future readings, could you put timestamps? Oh God, no, I can't. I'm sorry. These things are too long. I can't. I would love to, but I can't. I'm sorry. I don't want to even say yes if I can't commit to it. I'm sorry. I feel bad saying that's my generator coming out. I don't have that kind of time. I just don't. Sorry. Okay. I feel like you're like a tribe or a clan. You're a part of a clan or a tribe. And I feel like your family and you are very tight in this lifetime. And I feel like there's a man who is, you know, your family know him, like his family knows you. The families are tight, but I feel like there's a betrayal from this man, this male version of whatever you are, because I can't tell. I don't know if you're a mermaid. I don't know what's going on. I just feel like definitely water, but there's a betrayal. And I feel like you kind of, unbeknownst to really you knowing how powerful it was, you kind of put like something out into the universe where you're like, I'm never going to love again. I'm never going to love again. Or I'm going to like guard my heart in a way. And you almost kind of like put like this thing on you, or you put this thing out there Um, wow, I guess that would be connected to this lifetime, right? Because you're having issues now, right? Like you would feel that you resonate with having issues in this lifetime with love. But I don't feel like you know this guy in this lifetime. He's not someone you're interacting with in this lifetime. But his energy of what he did is coming into this lifetime because it's something you do to yourself. Like you put a thing on yourself. There's that Nine of Pentacles again. Oh, there's that King of Pentacles. Okay, that's weird. Wait, I shuffled these cards. Oh, Ray, I think this is getting deep here. I think he's the guy that's on his way to you in that previous spread. Ooh, okay. What's going on here? Is this to kind of like settle something? Like, I think you have a chance to be with him, but this could be about forgiveness. But he's really like, I'm trying to figure out how to put this in the words. He's like really like your cup of tea. Like he was always your cup of tea. He's the one you're always searching for. And I'm at a loss for words because I'm feeling your love. I'm feeling the love that you have for this man. Now, I'm trying to also simultaneously figure out what happened in this past life as to kind of why he betrayed you. I actually don't feel like he betrayed you in a way that was intentional. It was more like he had to go and do this, X, Y, and Z, or be with that person, X, Y, Z. It feels like it's something to do with royalty or like, you know when you have to, like, for your family, be with this other person, not the person that you're loving. But I think the betrayal comes from the fact that it's like, this is love. Why aren't you fighting for love? In this life, he's gonna fight for love. I don't think he outwardly, purposely wanted to hurt you. I just didn't think he had enough balls in this lifetime. The one that I'm picking up on. It's almost like a second chance, but he's your one. Like, you remember him. He's your person. He's your person lifetime to lifetime. Like, that's the one you're searching for. He's the one that resonates the most with your frequency. There's a frequency match here. Whoa. He's the one coming to you. King of Pentacles. Don't worry about astrology signs, okay? There's a chance to rework, I feel like, with the Three of Pentacles on this. I always believe a past life in England, so what version of me in London, England? Oh, yeah, it's a good question to ask. I mean, I didn't really look at her question, but I was like, the version of her, like, that was like genius. Something is definitely repeating itself, or it's going to have the chance to repeat itself. And I don't think you, in between that lifetime and this lifetime, got to have many in between. There was a lot of, I feel like, growing with the Nine of Pentacles, even on his end too. But now it's like there's something about the frequency. It's aligned now to meet and have another go. But you're gonna, on a subtle level, still feel the pain of what that person did, but he's your person. Past lives are so interesting to me. I wish I could just watch all of my... Oh, listen, Jalen, that's coming, okay? You guys have no idea what's coming. You guys who are, been on this journey and you are spiritual and you are enlightened, you're gonna have so much time. This place is gonna get a lot more fun. I don't wanna say too much, but when there's contact, okay, when contact is made, they're gonna give us our history, our true history of where we come from. And then they're gonna show us all of the lifetimes that we've lived. It's going to be like a past life pavilion, okay? And it's just going to get so much more exciting, and it's going to be, you're going to be able to feel like the gaps are being filled. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think anything is really betrayal. It depends on how you view it, you know? You can look at it like it's betrayal, or you can look like it's something's being shown to you, you know? There's always a positive and negative way to do something or look at something or how to handle something. You know, it's funny, Jalen, too. Like, I kind of don't like calling it past lives because I know it's existing all at the same time. And I don't know where a lot of you are at, but have you been able to see your other reincarnations on Earth right now? I've been given that. That's starting to come through. I actually saw myself. I'm still here. There's a fraction of my soul still here. She's 80. She's 80 years old. And the interesting thing is that when I was shown her life, she was married to, like, my husband right now that I'm married to. That would be cool if you've been able to experience that as well, too. Oh, wow. I know mine is going to be so long. I definitely feel I'm an old soul. Yeah. Yeah. Wait till you see yourself in other dimensions. We've been all sort of things. We've been mermaids. We've been, some people have been wind. Some people have been, you know, like the ocean. They've been water. Now, listen, not everybody's going to be as excited about this as us. Some people, honestly, are not going to care. They're not going to care. They're just not. And that two timeline, like, you can't be, you're probably starting to notice this more and more, that you're not on the same timeline as the person standing next to you at the grocery store or your neighbor. You probably are noticing that. How did you see that? I would love to see that. I saw it in my dreams, and I was given so much specific weird details, like her birthday, what age her husband died. I was shown where she was born, and I was even shown that she was like her life career. She was a ballerina. That was her thing. She was a dancer, a ballerina. It was like the weirdest thing ever. My previous partner betrayed me in a very nasty way, but I now understand what it was for. He served his purpose. I'm on a better path, more aligned path now. And when you can do that and not sit around and carry a bunch of grudges, you're going to find your life is going to just effortlessly move forward. A lot of people don't understand, and it's not their fault, that they're actually the reason they're in their own way. Like, they're in their own way. It's not this person and pointing fingers. It's you, okay? If you can relax and understand that, you know, everything is there for a reason and it has purpose and it's positive, what would you care? What will you care what happens? You know what I mean? Okay. That was really cool, Ray. Like, wow. I didn't expect to see all of that. I should probably draw a card for him. I mean, he popped up, right? Let's draw a card for him in that previous life. Okay, so just letting you know, I have Nandini, then I have Melody, and then I have Latasha. Give me a card for this man that she experienced in Atlantis. Truth. That was a big problem in that life, I'm telling you. He did not have what it took to kind of step up and live in his truth. This was the problem. And I think with this lifetime, you're going to get some clarity, but it was based really around truth, living in the truth, being in the truth of what the two of you had and shared and what was right and what was wrong, you know, like what was the right thing to do. Like, he didn't choose to you what was the right thing to do. But it's kind of interesting. We're talking about this kind of stuff right now, right? So in that life, I would tell you there was no mistakes, right? So, yeah. It's kind of like funny, but it's not, you know? I just like to laugh because it's not the best way to do anything. Let's bring forth the messages a Nandini needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Can you do a tarot reading on the rest of my year, career and money specifically? Sure. What does she need to know about career and money? Oh, wow. Magician. Okay, you have all power in you to make whatever it is that you want happen. That's for sure. That's the underlying energy. I just want to ask you, if you're there, Nandini, do you have 2 jobs? Are you trying to handle 2 things? Or are you putting more things on your plate? Like, are you trying to do more than one thing right now to keep yourself afloat? Or is there like a second option to have something on the side? I'm just curious. Answer that for me in the comment section. I need to ask my guides to start showing me more stuff. You don't have to. I never asked. I think if you're supposed to see it, you're supposed to see it, but I think it's about awareness too. I think the more you become lighter, you know, in frequency, whether that be that you stop eating crap or you just, you know, you're unlocking more, you're just able to see more. I don't think you need to necessarily ask, but I mean, you can. They're so quiet. I just keep seeing the angel numbers. Oh, they're going to get quiet, Jalen. Once you start to be able to, they can see that you're able to handle yourself. They're not going to feel like they need to be there. You will go through voids, okay, where it's really quiet. But trust if they're leaving you alone, it's probably because they think you can handle yourself. A course for project management, which is about to finish in September. You have the power, Nandini, to really take off for the rest of this year. It's like, I feel like I'm getting this moving and shaking energy. You will be meeting a lot of people. You will be interacting with a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to want to be around you. And I'm speaking not for friendship, for career, okay? There will be a lot of offers, and these offers are like to join my team, join this, join that. I'm just kind of worried about burnout with you. That's kind of what I'm worried about, because something's going to take off. There, do you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. I'm worried about burnout, and then look what pops up, the 10 of Wands. I have exam in August, which is a presentation, and then they have a theory exam. If I pass or not, but after the end, I think I will only have a job. No. Don't underestimate what could come into your life. I think there's going to be a lot at once, but I feel like you're like motivated. You're like, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do that. And that's kind of what I'm worried about. Burnout. You've got burnout here. You've got burnout here. And you've got burnout here. So I want you to be careful. And I know you're saying, like, how do I know what to choose? It's going to be very simple. What do you feel guided to do? Let's say you have a thought, something comes in. You're like, oh, that would be good money, but yikes, how am I going to make that happen? I don't know. There you go. That all talking there is probably your higher self saying, like, it's probably not going to be able to work. But you have to be able to differentiate whether it's your fear speaking or your higher self. I just think, okay, is there a possibility with this job to be a freelancer? Because I'm getting freelancer vibes. Like, how can you do all of this if you're committed at one job? Whatever you're doing, okay, with this course, are you able to do freelancing or like independent work? Because I just feel like there's so many opportunities, and I need you to be kind of like realistic about it, because you've got this achiever energy, this high achiever energy to like really make things happen. But like, are you thinking straight? Is there going to be more money or just more experience? No, this is money you're doing this for. You're not doing this for experience. This is so that you can like take off financially. This is not about experience. I mean, maybe it's a little bit about that with the Magician and the Hierophant. Maybe you want to move up a bit, be more of a skilled person. But I would say you're doing this because you want to financially, you know, take off. Like you want more. But I think this is like, you know, Nine of Swords. He moves quick. He's on the attack. He's like going. But even the horse is looking at him and saying, like, have you thought this through? Like, you're in a rush, but have you thought this through? Unless I pass course, I can't be a freelancer. Okay, but if you pass the course, can you be a freelancer? Because that's kind of what I see here. You in all these different directions. I'm trying a few things on the side, including writing a book, but I have paused it because of course. Okay. All I can tell you about the rest of this year is that you're going to be busy. Okay. I don't want you start to look at this reading like in a logical way. Like, oh, but what about this? What about that? I'm just saying the cards are saying you're going to be busy and there's going to be a lot of opportunity to sign yourself up for things or commit to things in which, you know, will bring you money. But you got to be careful of burnout. That's the main message. I know you want to know about career and I know you want to know about money, but you're being told, slow down. Slow down. Make sure you're getting your rest. Make sure you are really thinking this commitment through. Are people supportive of my success or they just want to use me? I don't think anybody wants to use you if they're willing to pay you. This is paid work. I don't see anybody using you, okay? This is more not about other people. It's more about you and what you're choosing and accepting and trying to do. You have to be careful of burnout. I feel like even by me saying this to you, you're worried about a whole bunch of other things right now. And you see what I'm saying? Like, this is why the cards are trying to tell you this, because you're not really even worried about the burnout. You're worried about all these other things. I always doubt people's intentions. Okay, you got to be careful with that, because then you're kind of putting a block on opportunity. And I know what you're saying. You've probably dealt with a lot of like some people who have been, you know, not the greatest. I get it. But nothing ever really happened from being in that mentality. Like, for example, I could give you an example of my own life. I used to watch what was going on in the world and, you know, these truthers. I'm actually going to make a video on this soon because people need to stop watching this crap, because you're not even living your life, because you're always worried something's going to happen in the world. I was like, F it, I'm going here, I'm going there. I don't care anymore. And you know what? When I went, I was like, look, I could have missed out on this great opportunity because I had in my head fear. So if you keep that fear in your head that people's intentions are not good, you know, you may, you know, miss opportunities for that. Yeah. Okay. I'm not worried about you for the rest of the year. You look very busy and you look like you're making profit. I just think you need to slow down and make sure that you are being very careful. Okay, I can pull a card for that, but don't. Energy is always changing. So if I did this tomorrow or if I did this in an hour from now, you may get a different response. Is she gonna pass the course? Yes. This actually tells me you know like a lot more. Like I feel like with this card, it's like you take the test and you're like totally well prepared. Like it's like this is a cinch. I feel like Spirit's like, how could she even ask that? She's so smart. She's so much more smarter. Like, of course she's gonna pass. How could she doubt? That's kind of what I felt like with that card. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Keep the questions coming, guys. I am like loving it. My brain is overstimulated right now. Okay, Latasha. If anyone wants to book a reading, I've only got Latasha. So whoever, you know, would book would be next. Hey, Chitra, I love your energy. Thank you. Are me and Jamie coming into union soon, or is another love interest coming? I fell asleep for my last reading. But you caught it, right? Like, I never erased them. I hope you were able to view it. You went back, right? Okay, let's bring forth the messages Latasha needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Talk to us about her and Jamie. Is Union coming soon, or is someone else coming in? Wow, what an interesting bunch of cards. Could be more. That's gonna annoy me. I need more. Oh my God, okay, stop. I can't draw anymore. Before I drew this card, I did feel like roll of the dice energy. That's the interesting thing. I did feel like roll of the dice. You're welcome, Nandini. Hi, Elle. I heard that just live your life and everything's figured out. Sure, yes. I feel like Jamie right now is blocked energetically. But the reason why he's blocked energetically is because he's blocking himself emotionally. This reminds me of what I was talking about before. You know when you stand in your own way? This guy is standing in his own way. And I do feel like I'm hearing I feel like I put a toll on this person, like I put a toll on this woman. I've taken a toll on this woman. He's also feeling guided to stay away too, because I think he knows he's no good. And it's not that he's no good, it's just the way he operates is no good for you, because I think you need more. I think he thinks you need more. But we've got the roll the dice, take a chance, risk, leap of faith strategy. We've got strategy here. Intuition, gut feeling, psychic premonition, and sixth sense. Why is this person not able to come back in? I feel like they're blocked. And I'm not saying that you're blocking them. I feel energetically blocked. Like even if he wanted to, he would not be able to. Like something would happen. It would stand in his way or come into his way. Like I'm trying to write or text and I just can't bring myself to send it. Something is stopping him energetically from coming in. Are you there, by the way? Is this making sense? Okay, Tanny, you're next. Latasha, are you there? Sounding about right. Okay, you're Latasha? Yeah, I don't know. The roll the dice is interesting to me too, because something tells me that this was like a potential relationship, but the energy around it would be about, you know, taking a challenge, like taking a deep dive, you'd have to jump in. You either jump in or, you know, you stay by the shore. Like, I just don't think there's dipping a toe in the pool. Like, it's either kind of like, I'm all in or I'm all out. But something is very difficult to understand about this connection. It feels skewed. I think they don't know how to read it. Sorry, give me one moment. I think what I'm feeling here is that this connection is, it's requiring too much from them. It would require too much from them that they don't have the ability to give. Is there something about the way this person lives or what they've got going on in their life that would cause them to have to put things into an organized space to be with you? Hold on, I'm checking. Does it make sense that there's something like, how does this person live? Like, what's going on in their life? Because I feel like you're not just coming in, like they would have to overhaul their whole life to be with you. And I don't know if that's, you know, agreeing to the spiritual journey, or do they have like, do they have a partner? Do they have a kid? Like, what's going on here? What happened here? Oh my God, Melody, I skipped you by accident. Okay, you're next. You're next, Melody. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I did not see you there. Unless this thing is screwing around again with me. Because we had that problem last week. Okay, so Melody, you're next, then Tanny, and then Nandini again. That is so bizarre. Yeah, is there like something about this person's life? It's a little taboo. Okay, that's enough. You don't even have to say anything more. That's literally enough. So this is what's holding them back. I definitely would not encourage you to like wait around. I think there's feelings, but it's too much work. And it's not about you not being worth it. It's just, that's not who he is as well too. There's something about his personality. Like when you need him to dive in, he's not going to dive in. He will sit by the shore and watch. He's not even really maybe a risk taker type. Now, will he come back? Will he maybe drop you at 2 words? Maybe, but when you say union, I'm thinking union. And kind of interesting, he'd have to step into the King of Pentacles in order for that to happen. Is there another woman? Is there also another woman? Just curious. You don't have to say too much. You can just say yes or no. Is there another woman? Because I need to know like what that 3 of Cups is about. Gotcha. Okay. I don't know if there's another woman, but it doesn't matter. I think you saying that it's taboo is enough. So my advice, I wouldn't sit around waiting. I'm not saying the timeline is not there. It's not like it's not a potential, but your person would have to grow a pair, like, and dive in, okay? Dive all the way in. And maybe that's literally why you came into their life. Because that person needed to kind of like open up and live more, and you were a perfect representation of that, an idea like planted, or a possibility planted of what you could have with somebody if you did that. So it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult of an answer. For a reader, that is, you know, it's going to be hard to answer that. It would require a lot from this person. Are they there yet? I don't know. I don't think so. But something could happen tomorrow. And it's weird too, because this was in the bottom. Third party. So I'm wondering if they're maybe talking to somebody else right now, or if this is just a third energy, that energy of what I just said, of them having to step up, right? You know, all kinds of relationships come into our lives, right? Ones that allow us to be, you know, casual, ones that require, you know, a lot from us. There's levels, right? Okay. Melody, so sorry. I don't know what happened there. Okay, just gonna go down the list, guys. I've got Melody, then Tanny, then Nandini, and then Mercedes. Anything else he assumes about me or how he views me? Let's see. Let's bring forth the messages Melody needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Oh man, what is this thing doing now? Don't you hate when they ask you, oh, tap the thing? They wanna make sure you're a human, so you have to tap the squares, and then it never works. You sit there doing it like 5 times. Oh God, I just moved on. Yikes. I just moved on. Sorry about that. I think that would have to be another reading, but like, I think if it was supposed to come up, it would have come up in that spread. So maybe I don't even bother. Don't even bother looking at it. Not that it won't come in, but maybe it's not necessary, you know? If a new energy is going to come in, it's going to come in. You don't need the reading to know, you know? So I think this person, now you may not really like this, what I'm about to say, but they have a lot of opinions about your personality, and they could think that you are a person who's hot and cold, but who could be very stubborn with what you believe, okay? And what you believe you think things should be like. But I also feel like there's this hot and cold energy. I think they also feel like at times they can't read you, or you're not a person who's very readable. But I also think here, they view you as somebody who's worth fighting for, or at least sticking in this game for. So that's nice, right? But there's something I feel like inconsistent about your energy that they don't like. It feels to them like it's something that could have a lot to do with what's going on right now. You know, the ignoring. Give me more on how he views her. Yeah, that was on the bottom too. Okay, and this one too. And this one. This one has a lot to do. See, the Control Alt Delete. You see how you're ignoring? He thinks you're stringing him along. He thinks you're insincere, but that's what I was picking up on with the hot and cold. You come across as hot and cold. And with the mob mentality, that doesn't have to mean that you're crazy. It just means that maybe you get set off very quickly. So there is a lot of like wondering what he said. Like, what did I say? Or thinking you're not somebody who's gonna do very well with that. Like if he misspeaks, or let's say he thinks he has to be very careful around making a joke, that's not gonna be something you're gonna be able to, you know, you're just not that type. Like, you know, I can't easily joke around. They do think you're very gathered though, with the King of Pentacles. You know, you've got your head on your shoulders. So it's a bit of a lot of stuff, Melody. It's a lot of stuff. But what I'm getting mostly from here is like you're not the type that maybe he thinks he can fool around with, or maybe tell a stupid joke to, or maybe he has to watch what he has to say around you. Like you're like no foolery type of girl, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting. Give me more on how he feels about the energy around Melody, like her energy. Okay. But, oh my God, that's so crazy. Look, with the frigid realm, I'm telling you, look, see? Lake, tranquil water. So like hot and cold. That's just a real good validation of me as a reader, what I was picking up on. You're hot and cold. But also with the lake, it looks a little bit like isolated out there. So could be like, I want to say it like, you know that saying up S-H-I-T creek without a paddle? Like doesn't know how to navigate these waters with you. So that's kind of cool because it just really solidified what I was picking up on. Kind of interesting with the gym card here as well too. Also feels like, you know, he has to really work hard to impress you, or, you know, there's effort involved with you. Like you are a person who likes effort or needs it. But this is also beautiful here too with the library. Could think you're a very deep person. Like there's so much to find out. There's so much to know. I think you give the impression that you're not very surface. You've got a lot to talk about, a lot to tell, but there could be a lot of things about you this person wants to explore. And then again, with the art exhibition as well too. You're very beautiful to look at, okay? Do our spirit guides just watch us all day? Like what do they do in the spirit realm? What do you recommend to get closer to them? Now I was waiting for a question like that because I've been able to answer, right? Like everything. I don't know if they watch us all day. I know there's one that never leaves. I think I've heard and I've seen, you know, from what my guides have told me that there's one assigned to you, like one specific one, which, you know, is kind of assigned to you and doesn't leave, but I don't really know what they do all day. And then we've got that part about that fact about the fact that they can be in more than one place, right? So I think it would be very useless for them to be with you all the time. But I think there's definitely aspects of them that can be in more than one place at one time. What do I recommend to get closer to them? I'm going to be honest. I've never personally cared about getting to know mine. I usually just talk to them like they're a team, but it's not important for me to know their name. I've never asked for that. I don't care about a name. I don't like, what's that going to do for me? Just personally, I don't think it's going to do anything for me. But I've never really No, I just have not really tried to like form a bond. I'm more, if anything, like who I directly speak to is mostly higher self. And then it would be God. God and higher self at the same time, but more higher self. That's the one I want to connect with the most because, you know, it's me. It's me, really, right? Just on a different level, on the top of the mountain, you know, that has the better view of like what to do, right? So, yeah, I love this question. How do we get better at reading cards for ourselves? Okay, this is a great question because a lot of people really do focus a lot on what they mean. Now, there's all kinds of cards. There's these kind of cards, there's oracle cards. What I would say with the oracle cards, they're a lot more, you have more freedom with an oracle card. Like, look at this, art exhibition. I could tell for Melody, he likes looking at her. He thinks she's art, she's beautiful, right? She's probably, you know, what happens when we look at art, you know, like that we're intrigued by. We could look at it forever. Maybe we don't even like fully figure out what it means. That could be like, you know, how he views her. He views her as somebody who is intriguing, but can't quite figure out. You see how there's way more freedom. Now with these readings, with these cards, sorry, you know, yes, it's the textbook format, but you also should be using your intuition at least 50% at the same time. If you're a reader who's just going off based off of, you know, the textbook, I mean, listen, I'm not here to judge anybody. Like, if it works for you and your people, like your subscribers and your clients love it, it's good. But to me, a person is always going to be loving it more if you can pull something from like the other realms, you know, tapping in a little deeper and not making it so generic. People do love that. I mean, I personally would. I mean, yeah, I'm going to look at it like everybody can read this card. Anybody can read cards. It's like going to take a course on math, okay? But what is this? This is a tool to connect you to, you know, that person you're readings for, higher self, your higher self. It's a tool to connect to the spirit realm. So where is that falling into place if you just read it textbook format? Like, you know what I mean? Interesting. I'm just so fascinated with spirit and the other side. Do you have any kind of like, where's your Jupiter? Does it happen to be in Scorpio? Mine's in Scorpio and in the 8th house. I'm a double. So you better believe I'm more tied to I find the spirit realm more fun. I'm more tied to, I'm very fascinated with like the death process as well too, like the transition. And then, you know, like again, those kind of subjects, you know, but it doesn't have to be, you know, that you are in 8th house, you know, Jupiter in 8th house and Scorpio. Mine is in Cancer, 10th house. Interesting. I don't suffer fools gladly anymore. I used to be a doormat to them. Good job. You're not one anymore. You're not one anymore. Good job. Yeah. 8th house placements, you're going to be very tied to kind of like, you're going to have an interest in that. It's going to fascinate you. Oh my God. I always get sidetracked. Let me see what's going on over here. Okay. Tanny. What's coming for me in love? But please keep asking your questions. I love it. Let's bring forth the messages that Tanny needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. What's coming next for love and for Tanny? Okay, I'm feeling like with this card right now, I almost feel like I want to ask, are you sure you're even ready for that? Like, you're asking the question, but I just feel like you right now are not in the mood for that. Like, energetically, you're not in the mood for that. So you could, let's see what happens. But I just feel like you are like, it's kind of interesting you're asking the question because I feel like you are, I don't know, like kind of guarding yourself at this time. Yeah, like you're kind of over it with the 10 of Wands. You're kind of exhausted from all of it. But, you know, it's like the hopeless romantic with the 3 of Wands, you know? Okay, I just got told something about you, Tanny. Do you tend to attract maybe not like successful people? I mean, maybe they are, maybe you may not resonate with that, but very passive aggressive types. Do you attract that? Because there's something coming through with that, like, Jupiter in the first house. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. So you should be a brand, Mercedes. You should be your own brand. Anytime you have like planets like that in the first house, you're meant to be a brand. The ruler of my 8th house is conjunct my... Oh my God, you know so much. I don't even know all of these terms. I just felt like when I was studying astrology, I got kind of like annoyed because it never ended. Like there was always more to know. So I was like, no. And honestly, I would love to read people's birth charts. I would love to do that, but I can't. I just can't. It starts off nice and it fizzles out fast. I just feel like your emotional state with love is on the fritz. Like now's not really the time. I mean, it's there as options. You have some people here, but I feel like you're gonna walk right by them. Like you're gonna be like, ugh, I'm too tired, I need a break. It's kind of an interesting answer, right? Because by you asking, I'm assuming you want it, but then like the cards are like, you're not gonna really want it. Give me more. You're stressed out right now, I feel like. Does this make sense at all? I don't know. Energetically, they're just making me feel like you're not in the best space right now for them to bring in someone proper. I know that's gonna sound weird too. Because you're going to be like, well, why? Why, if they're proper? Why can't they come in? It's going to be the way that you react to them. And you may even be suspicious, but you could push them away. I don't know. They're saying you need time. I do actually want it, but I don't understand this. Yeah, I know. I don't either. But do you resonate at all with being like, exhausted right now in life, like needing kind of like solitude or needing just to kind of remain on your own to like figure out what it is, like life or just your life, or is there something about that? Because that's kind of what they're making me feel like. It's like you need like a calm period. You need a period of like nothing like that happening, so that other things can get handled. I don't know why that's coming through. Okay. Wait, I'm so deep into astrology. I've learned so much about it. I've learned about zodiac really. Why don't you start doing something with that, Jalen? Like, why don't you start doing something with that? Why don't you start reading people's charts? I mean, you're actually very psychic. Remember when you read for me? That was crazy. What do you think? I get stuff like that. You think I get submissions like that all the time? Those black glasses I was wearing in the video, that's the black glasses you were picking up on. I used to have a different color that I loved, and I just, like a week after you wrote that to me, I was like, is this for real? Like, am I having to put on these black glasses? And I didn't like them. I have been in solitude for way too long, and now I was thinking I was right, but yes, career is a big focus. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, because they're saying you're saying you've been solitude for way long, but what does that even mean though? Because I've been in solitude for 5 years, and then before that I was let out like for maybe 3 years, and then before that 8 years. So the solitude thing is actually an ongoing thing when you're on this journey. It's never going to end. You could get put back in it at a moment's notice. Like it's kind of like 3 years no dating. Yeah, that's not really even like that long compared to other people. I mean, I've been in solitude for 5 years from friends, going on 6. Give me more on what's this trying to say. Okay. This for me is really solidifying the message because you see that dotted line? You're being kept away. You're not, it's not time. They don't even want me talking about it. And then this was on the bottom. What's this about? What's that about? Does someone need forgiveness? I don't know what this is. Like, who would you resonate with that that there's like an energy of holding grudges? Have we released anything? Like, have we released? I don't know. I'm not so much worried about this card. I'm more focused on this card with that dotted line. I just feel like you're off limits right now to other people because other things need to get done. And I'm not really being shown what needs to get done. I mean, I think you would more understand that than anybody, but that's kind of what I'm being shown. Do you feel like this? I mean, you did mention being restless. There's like restlessness. Do you feel like nothing's ever gonna come your way? Listen, you do understand too, right, Tanny, that when you're on this journey, your pickings are gonna be slim, right? I mean, I feel like if you're on a journey and you've worked on yourself, you're probably gonna, like, the pool is gonna be like a needle in a haystack. So when you say 3 years, I'm not even really fazed by that. I think if I personally was to be single tomorrow, I don't think, you know, I mean, I don't want to say that it's not possible, but I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like it would be a rare thing. Not to say it can't come in, but do you get where I'm going? I need to stand up and stretch. Give me a moment, guys. I just need to stand up because I've been sitting for too long and just stretch quickly because my legs are falling asleep. Oh. Okay, I'm back. I would say, guys, if you want to get on a booking, do it now because I'm probably going to leave soon. I am probably going to be leaving soon. I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity who does not get to, you know, be at the lives through the week, a chance. But I'm probably going to be leaving soon. So if you want to get in, it needs to be now. You've got 2 more people in front of you, and then you would be next. Yeah, Tanny, I feel like this is not a message you're going to really want to... Like, you're probably thinking, come on, like, give me something. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like you need to be off limits right now. Let's see what happens from... Let's get a card from a different deck. Just to kind of see. Give me the energy around Tanny right now and love. Oh my God. What is this? Oh my God. Has it been like, are you, okay, the only way I can read this card is that I feel like right now you need to tend to yourself, okay? I think there's things that need to be tended to. Again, they're not giving me specifically what it is, but this card gives me the tending to, like, we need to tend to some things, hence why you need to be off limits, okay? Now, I'm not saying that with this card anything is wrong with you. This is not a diagnosis, okay? I'm just reading this card symbolically, like maybe we need some self-care. And yes, I understand 3 years, you're like, should that not have been enough? Like, Tanny, I at one point was in isolation for 8 years, okay? 8 years. I still don't know how I lived through it. And then I was let out for Okay, 5 years. And then now I'm back in isolation for 5 years. Health should be top priority. Yeah. The pool is little. But it's doable. Like we don't want to put it out there. We want to put it out there that, you know, it's there, the possibilities are out there. It's just that sometimes you need those time, you need those, like we look at it like, oh my God, years, but really it's not a lot. You know, if you look at the other side, you know, 10 years could be like this, you know? So what is time? What is time, right? And, yeah, I have to wrap up this reading, but I just feel like you need tending to. Like right now with the Chariot, they're trying to get you to where you need to be. And it does sense to me like emotionally, like wisdom wise. But that's not to say that someone's not coming. I mean, yeah, obviously, always focus on yourself, but it doesn't mean that there's not people there. I like that we have people here, but right now, the message is it's about you. It's about you. That's all I can say. Did you ever think, guys, too, that because you have different eyes to see and you're more aware, that maybe it's like, for example, Empress, like you're mentioning 6 years. Maybe if it was the old version of yourself, it would not have been 6 years because you would have given everyone a chance, or you would have given everyone access maybe more to you. Now, because you have like, you're functioning from a different, isn't that funny how I opened the deck on the Hermit? Where was it? I just opened it on the Hermit. That's so funny. Because, you know, we're talking about isolation. Maybe that's why it's been so long, because the old you, the old version of you would have, you know, not been able to sense anything. So you would have kind of like given a chance to this and that. Maybe that's why there's years. Like, so that kind of should look like maybe something you celebrate. You know, the fact that you are, because you're kind of like not settling and you're waiting for what feels right. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe just something to think about. Okay, Nandini. Could you please do a reading on my love life, family, for the rest of the year? Okay, let's bring forth the messages Nandini needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. She wants a reading on love and family for the rest of the year. When you say family, you don't have your own family, right? Like you mean your mom and dad, or are you married with children? Specify that, please. You're getting that Two of Pentacles card again. Okay, you're laser focused on your career. You're gonna really get places, okay? You are gonna really get places. Yep, changes, growth, all of that is happening for you. Let's get a card from this deck. Yeah, you're taking off. You're at the airport. You're about to take off. You're departing, but you're also arriving. So that's beautiful. This is actually very exciting energy. You should be excited. Oh, Nandini, taking the elevators instead of the stairs. You are about to take off. You are about to take off. Lots of change, lots of growth, lots of new opportunities as usual. This is what I was picking up on you before. We may even choose these dry spells before we come here. These are things I've been thinking about as its purpose, for even though it's anything in the moment. Yeah, I just know for a fact I'm being protected. Yes, good. You're welcome, Tanny. Sorry I wasn't better. Can we still book readings? Yes, Caitlyn, get in now because I'm going to be leaving soon. Okay, you're married. Good. Can you please read who will I marry? Wow, lovely. Okay. So I think right now you're building a lot of confidence. I think you are literally with going from the Eight of Swords to the Strength. You're moving out of spaces in which you once felt confined. The new Nandini by the end of this year is going to be like a limitless energy. You know, you're not going to be like in a place where I don't know, I feel like you used to limit yourself, or you felt limited. You felt very limited in life. You are building towards, I feel like, a brand new life, a brand new world, but you're even changing personally. You're going through a regeneration. You're going through growth. You are having a metamorphosis, okay? You are gonna take off, and that Ace of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune, a lot of opportunities, a lot of excitement. You're moving out of troubled waters, but I'm gonna say something. The cards wanna give you a lot of credit because nobody came and saved you. Nobody did this for you. You, so to speak, got your behind off the couch and made your life happen. And I'm really excited for you because I know that's not easy to do, okay? Especially, you know, on this planet, okay? It's not easy to do. It's not easy to go out there and make your life happen. Not really, okay? And I just feel like with the star, this is gonna bring a lot of hope and renewal and experiences that are magical, but you're really on blind faith right now. But keep being in that space because that's what's willing and more, okay? That is what's willing in more, dependent on people validation, looking for support and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you're literally on the tarmac. Right now, at the time of this reading, you're on the tarmac, but you're about to take off, and it doesn't matter who's happy for you. It doesn't matter who cares as long as you care. Don't expect everybody to cheer for you. It's just, this is just not realistic, okay? I'm sure everybody who's watching right now can resonate with the fact that they don't have many people cheering for them. You keep cheering for yourself. But I want you to know you're inspiring everyone around you. You're inspiring everyone around you. Whether you're aware of it, whether they tell you or not. My husband and me are going to have a good life. That is so beautiful. Yeah, nobody, right, Mercedes? Like nobody. I don't know, you know, I don't know if I should blame humans, but this system that we've been born into has really screwed us up. It's really screwed up. It's just indoctrinated us into the worst way to be. We were never supposed to be like this. We were all supposed to be one. It's kind of sad, actually, that it's 2025 and I just feel like it's so rare still. It's so rare still. I mean, there's more of a glimmer of hope now than there ever has been, but guys, I use words all the time with people and they're like, I don't know what you're saying. They're like, they don't know what I'm talking about. Even the most open people, like my nail tech, she's really open, but she's like, I don't understand. I don't know what you're saying. She's like, can you use different words? Like, she doesn't know what I mean by divine masculine or fifth dimension or new earth. She has no idea what I'm talking about, you know? I wish we could be a lot further ahead. I really wish we could. Guys, I'm actually doing a reading on AI on my Patreon. It's going to be offered on either Monday or Tuesday. That one I'm not going to be sharing with YouTube. I think some stuff is going to come out on there that will make me not be able to share it on YouTube. But if you are curious about AI, you may want to join just for that or buy the post individually. But yeah, like it's sad. But like Nandini is a perfect example of New Earth. she's totally an example, whether she's aware of it or not, because I think you're very humble. I think you don't really sometimes tend to want to like take this much, you know. I don't think you've grown up that way, you know, where people were outwardly showering you with this much compliments, but what you've done is amazing, and you are collapsing old timelines behind you, and you are going to shoot, like, this is a reading, you want a reading for the end of the year, but this is going to move past into 2026. You're taking the elevator. There's no more slow motion for you, okay? I know you wanted a reading on your family. I'm getting a lot around you and, you know, where you're going. Energetically wise, career, I'm not seeing anything about your husband, okay? So I'm sorry, or like even your parents or anything like that. So yeah, this is what I have to say. In what way my personality is changing to support all this growth, and can you please see? You're getting more confident, okay? You're getting more confident. This whole, you know, like again, what I said about getting up and doing something and changing the trajectory of your life is giving you more confidence than you think it is. And it's also connecting you to your higher self. So going forward, Nandini, I give you about maybe a couple more years and you're probably not going to need readings anymore. You're probably going to just be maybe booking me for different kind of readings, maybe saying like, okay, my higher self is telling me this, can you validate? But you're going to be connected way more to your higher self, and you are going to be, see, through all of this, what you're doing, you're changing parts of you that needed to be changed. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if it's your bravery. I don't know if it's, you know, blind faith, or you know, the jumping into the unknown. I don't know what that's going to look like for you personally, but it's all of that. It's all of that. And do not underestimate that. Okay. You can definitely evolve through creating a business or elevating in career. This work that I do has been a big part of my life, and helping me. It's like through doing it, it's like kind of interesting. It kind of just, it put me on a different path, but it also straightened out a lot of things. I learned so much through doing this work, and it's just like you've learned a lot through taking initiative, but people just always think it needs to be an awakening. No, you can also learn through creating, you know, starting your own brand. We're always learning something. It's just the awareness, you know? Plus, you know, I don't blame people. We don't get taught any of this. We don't get taught that everything matters. Everything is connected to everything else. We just don't. It's such a limited belief, a limiting belief, like a limiting viewpoint. It's just like, you know, if I think about it too much, I actually get kind of like disgusted, you know? Yeah, I'm excited for you. This is why, guys, like, if you ever have children, please just talk to them. Don't underestimate how old they are. Just start teaching them about New Earth and telling them what this place is really like at an early age, okay? Just don't underestimate and think, okay, they can't, don't do it. Just give them what they can. You know, make it, I mean, obviously you're not going to talk to a 2-year-old the way you're going to talk to a 16-year-old, but like, even if it's a 2-year-old, just plant some seeds, like help them out, because you know the school system is not going to, okay? All right, let me move forward. Okay. Mercedes. I love saying that name. Mercedes. Mercedes. Merce. I like this name. Okay. I actually really do like that name. When I see somebody with that name, I just love to say it. You don't hear it often, but I like it. Okay. I have a female realtor, and I was wondering what her energy intention is towards my transaction. And what am I learning from this interaction? Okay. That's an interesting question to ask. That's a very interesting question to ask. You're wondering what her energy and intention is towards the transaction. So I'm assuming must be more than business. Is there something you're picking up on that you want validated today? Kind of interesting. Let's bring forth what the messages Mercedes needs to hear, not what she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very truthful way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it. Very clear. Now, I say Mercedes like if someone was Persian, but like, I don't know if, is that the way I'm supposed to pronounce? Because I know there's different probably variations, but I've had a few friends that are Persian with that name and they pronounce it like Mercedes. What's going on with this female realtor? She wants to know what the energy and intention is towards the transaction. Okay, I'm going to say something and I'm going to want you to respond. Would it make sense to you if you felt like she just wanted to kind of like wrap it up and get it over with? I don't know why. I don't know why I'm feeling like that. I don't know what, I mean, there could be so many reasons why, but I feel like she wants to like get it over with and move on. So I don't know what that means though. Is it that this has been difficult? Is it that, you know, you don't like each other? Like, what is this? Why do I feel like she wants to get on? Is she rushing you, or is this like you get the energy or the vibe that she's just trying to wrap it up? Why do I feel like that? Okay, Caitlyn, you're next. Yes, that's right pronunciation. Yeah, she is rushing and not advising me. I don't, okay, so now that you said that, I don't really like her. Have you signed any contracts? Because I'm going to tell you right now, just personally, let me like remove the tarot aspect here. When I hire somebody, I let them know, if you're going to rush me, let me know now, because then we're not going to do business. I don't want anyone rushing me. Don't even try that. Okay, because this is not something, you know, like I'm buying a candy bar here from you, or a transaction of, you know, like this is serious. This is serious. I have you, how like formal is this? Have you signed that you're going to work with her? Yes, I did hire her, so I've had to stand firm and do your own research. Like, okay, that's unacceptable. What the hell's the point of her being there? Are you buying the house or are you selling? Or is it both? Because here's the house. I just feel like, is it, okay, you're selling, but are you buying too? Because this is more about buying. Are you buying? Because this message is about buying. Nope. Okay, has there been some sort of issue around what you think and she thinks your house is worth? Because I feel like there's confusion about the house and it could be the price. She brought a mystery buyer. Who wanted to buy all cash and I declined it. There's something I feel like with the Seven of Cups that is like really weird going on, but I don't really know how to express it as the reader. It's like, this may actually be contributing to why this situation is not getting done and over with, because okay, I just want to say as a formality, nothing I say in this reading, okay, it is 100% accurate. It's the opinion of the cards, and you know, any action you take based upon it is of your own free will, but just take it with a grain of salt. It's kind of interesting because I feel like you would like to get this over with and she would like to get this over with, but there's something of like a clogged pipe between the two of you that's causing this thing to procrastinate longer than it needs to. And listen, I have the same realtor I've always had. She listens to me. She doesn't exert herself really. She's kind of more like the laid back type, and just, you know, so I don't really know or understand this, because she's supposed to be like a service providing, like providing a service, but I've never really experienced not being on the same page as a realtor. So I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around this, because it feels like it's energy. And like, how do you explain that really, you know, or how are we going to even deal with that? Give me more. Something's off here, Mercedes. I don't know. Do you, like, how legit is she? Like, who does she work with? Like, who is she involved with? I don't know what's going on. And it almost feel like, no. We're not using cursed words, okay? Nothing's cursed. It's just basically energy between two people who are not on the same page. There's nothing going on here, curse. We don't use those words around here, okay? It's just like something's really weird about this, you know? Like, is there a way to get out of this? Like, I don't even know, because I've never had this problem. So I don't know how concrete are those contracts. Something's off. And I know you want to get some sort of advice through this reading, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's the thing. I don't know what to tell you, because it's just like we're not on the same wavelength here. And okay, if I had to say something, maybe you just have to continue to do your own thing, okay? Like, maybe continue to do your own research, and you may have to do that, okay? I don't know. I think this path with you and her, it could be very winding. It could be a very twisting route, as in not the usual route. It's going to have a lot of, like what you just said, the mystery buyer thing, like just really out of nowhere, this winding path that catches you off guard. So I think since you signed the contract, maybe you just need to keep doing your research, and then, I don't know, like doing the work and finding your own people. Like, I don't know. This is bizarre. Bizarre energy. Bizarre energy. I get what you're saying, Blue and Rosie, but like, you know, you also have a say, and it's what you give life to, okay? It's what you give life to, you know, with the labels and your belief systems, okay? So whatever you believe is exactly going to be correct for you. I'm not trying to change your mind. It's just that this is kind of like my live chat, and I think it's my responsibility just to kind of like, because it's my belief system and it's my channel, I just don't want to, I can't participate in that. It's not my belief system, okay? So Mercedes, I don't know where you went, but it's expect more of this, like maybe bizarre situations, or like there could be, I mean, I think it's a good thing that she wants to wrap it up, but this card is just really striked me as weird, okay? And I don't really know within what context that's gonna be. Like, I don't know if she's actually trying to maybe even stop you from getting the best thing, or maybe she could be helping someone else, or she's helping, or she's more in her favor. I mean, this card can go so many different ways. So if you can't get out of the contract, what I would say is just maybe continue to do your own work. I do think you will get a good deal for your house. I mean, I do want to put some positivity forth through here. But that being not balanced with her or on the same page might still continue. Yes, that's what I get from her. The mystery buyer she brought in. Yes, something's weird, but that's good for you. Good for you for picking up on that. And it's kind of interesting because here's the offer from an unknown source. There's the offer from the hermit. Like, the hermit who? Who are you? No one knows, you know? So this too shall pass, but continue to do your research. I just feel like, if anything, this reading may have just validated your suspicions, but it's not really telling you what to do. Not really. I mean, it's telling you a few things. I don't think it's gonna, maybe you may not walk away from this reading feeling like you know what to do, but I can say you will get a good deal for your place, but you will have to, I feel like, you know, even though you've hired someone, I think you're gonna have to be at the forefront of this, okay? Okay, let's see who's next. Well, I know Caitlyn's next, but I just want to make sure nobody else is booked. Okay, good. Caitlyn, let's go. Let's bring forth the messages that Caitlyn needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Are Jonas and her twin flames? I don't know. I just feel drawn to him. Like, I usually let go of people, but not him. Been 3 years since we last had no contact. I remember him vividly. Yeah. This will happen. Are Jonas and her twin flames? Okay, this, just listen, be open to it, okay? Be open to it. Please be open to this. And also know that you don't have to take what I say at all to be now what your, you know, understanding is going to be. If you feel that in your heart, you absolutely still believe it, okay? Or feel it, or, you know, whatever it may be. Okay. You're welcome. I feel like with the Five of Swords, we could be misconstruing the label itself. I definitely believe this person is a soul tie, but I'm getting more something around an entangled karmic, a karmic entanglement. That's what they're giving me. Now, it doesn't mean that it's bad. I know everybody's like, oh, karmic, oh my God, it's terrible, it's bad for me. No. They are a part of your soul family. And I do think that absolutely there was a recognition with the Two of Cups on both ends, but with the Devil, there's an entanglement. It's very deep between the two of you. And I do feel like it has something to do with being dropped into each other's lives, but not really being able to be with each other. And that's where the entanglement, it's like trying to get to each other, but never being able to get to each other. That's why I feel like it's entangled. Now, I do want to say that you could, if you wanted to, release this person. So if you feel like you're not able to forget them, it's not that's not possible. I think there's an aspect of you that chooses to not want to forget him for, listen, good reasons, okay? Very good reasons. But it also feels like a mixture of a catalyst as well too, like being activated. I feel like this person was brought in. It's kind of interesting with the Page of Wands to kind of shake things up, stir things up within your life. Page of Wands is a messenger, you know, sent as a messenger. I'm not saying that they're aware of it, okay? But it feels like so much more than being together. I understand twin flames. Listen, do we really know? Do we really know? You know, do we really know anything or everything? You know, what is a twin flame? It's literally, you know, it could just literally be, you know, someone who is a part of your soul family, but on another level, a fraction of your soul in another body. And I understand that that label has been so blown up that everybody now who is getting that deep connection with someone is thinking it's that, but it could be so many different things. But I think this is a human thing, a human concept thing. I don't think in the spirit realm they go around using labels like this. They just be, or they just are. So I'm kind of like hesitant to answer the question because I want you to believe whatever you believe. I want you, you know, to ask your own guides, you know, but absolutely this was felt. This was definitely felt. There has been many lives shared. You've known each other and the attraction was there. The love was there. This is not like, I can feel like I'm saying you're imagining it more. Okay, unfinished business. That's what the two of you had, unfinished business. Lots of patterns going back and forth. Lots of baggage. The karmic entanglement, I feel like I'm getting more comfortable with that around this connection. It's just, it's felt, but it's very hard to get to or to experience. Give me more. Yeah, this is, look at this. Mystic haven, enchantment, esoteric, absolutely. Magic, intrigue. We've got hidden wisdom. The two of you, I feel like, came back into this lifetime to really drop a lot of that, you know, into, you know, I don't want to use the word into each other, but like it was, you know, you guys needed like that activation. That was the perfect person for you to activate you. Maybe even, because a DNA activation is also kind of considered esoteric magic, is it not? I feel like it would be categorized under that, but it was also to share each other's wisdom with each other. So I wouldn't be surprised here if you had a lot of like lingering eye contact, or, you know, your body could feel it when you were near. It was like a je ne sais quoi, not really able to explain kind of feeling. And think about that. Why? Why was it like that? Because it needed to be felt on that level. Give me one more. Okay, this may have come in to kind of, you know, if that makes sense to you, like, do you find you've been working a lot on this? Doormat energy. This could have been the perfect person to come in to activate you in order to fix that. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that would resonate with you, but if it does, it could be that that's what that person was coming into your life to work on. But also, if it was that, you know, you couldn't be with this person, or this person was acting in a particular way, it doesn't take away from the fact that you guys loved each other, but it also could have taught you about what you don't prefer. So if this person is unavailable or they were acting unavailable, it could be also to close a chapter on that as well. Very interesting. I don't know where you are. I don't know if you're getting the message. Oh yes, I definitely had to have strong boundaries. So that looks like what's happening. So I think I feel like a karmic entanglement, but also a catalyst. But you absolutely, you know, you believe what you want to believe. Oh, you sent Joanna? Okay, I was just about to get out. That's a good thing you wrote something because I was just about to go. Okay, let's see here. Oh my God, a bunch of people sent. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm getting for you, but it was totally felt on both sides, not in your head. Not in your head whatsoever. Let's bring forth the messages. Oh, I can't answer that. I can't answer that. My mom said that they had my chromosomes checked when I was little, and the doctor said there was something abnormal about it. But they what? There's not enough research. But what is it about? I can't answer that. I don't do health questions or legal questions. Do you want to change it out or swap it out with something else? Do you want to swap it out? Like, it hurt to let go, but I knew I had to. Yeah, this life will really test you, you know, but it will be kind of amazing to see what you can do and what you can deal with. You'll feel so much stronger after it. Like, sometimes releasing the greatest love of all time it's so empowering, you know, and it's like the fact that you can even do that and overcome it and move forward is like, you deserve an award. Like, that's such mastery. Like, we really downplay these things, you know? Joanna, let me know if you want me to refund you or if you want me to ask, or if you want to ask me a different question. Yeah, then I'll ask, what is it about my mom that makes us not get along with each other so much? Okay, that I can do. Okay, what is it about Joanna and her mom that makes them not get along so well with each other? How did you come into this world? How did you come into this world? Were you planned? I mean, these are crazy questions, but I need to know. Were you planned? Or is there something about the father not being around and then, you know, she had you to take care of? Something makes me feel like there's a struggle, but I mean, this is going to be very hard to talk about. I feel like for me as a reader, I want to use very certain words here. What's going on with your father? Did your father take off, like, or did she have more of the responsibility? This is very tied to your childhood and being very tired, and maybe even feeling like she had to go at it alone and she didn't have no support, which is not right, you know, but I just need your say on that first. Like, does that make sense to you? Okay, no problem, Empress. What was it like when you were born? Does any of that what I said make sense? Okay, you're not responding. I don't know much about it. How do you not know? Like, was your father around? I don't know. I just feel like brokenhearted. This has nothing to do with you, Joanna. This is like an unhealed woman from past trauma. I don't know. There's something about feeling like she had to take care of you alone or not feeling supported. I don't know if she was super young when she had you, but I just feel like this is like the weight of the world on me. I'm just kind of bitter about it. I don't think it's you personally. Yes, he's around, but how is he around? Is he around like in a way that is, you know, fulfilling to her? I just, there's something like this, okay? And there's also maybe even a lot of, okay, I think she has a lost love, a love that she had to turn her back on as well too. Like, don't go asking her about this, please. Do not do that. It feels like that to me. Like, I don't know. I just feel like she did her best, but if you want her to be better, I don't know that she has the tools to be better. It's kind of weird like that. It's weird like that for me. Give me more. I got the same card. That's weird. The Mystic Haven. More. I don't know. I feel like there's this like dreams, hopes, desires of a life to live, but not getting to live it. So this really just points to me at someone who kind of bitter, just bitter. Maybe even kind of doesn't realize it, but taking it out on everybody else. I can't say that there's anything about, you know, your personality and her personality. It doesn't feel like that to me more. More. Okay, I think we've got an angry person here. I think we've got, I just kind of like, you know, I don't know. We've got road rage. We've got aiding and abetting. I'm trying to find other things, but I'm not. I don't know. Clarity. I mean, listen, it could. I've seen that before. Like, I used to watch Alba Weinman, and when she was doing the hypnosis on other people, it was resonating with me. So. I think that could happen. Okay, my final answer with this, Joanna, is that it just feels to me like someone who, you know, is kind of like at a point in life where maybe is kind of reflecting back on a lot of missed opportunities, or their whole life was hard. I mean, they may have not shared that with you, but they could have just felt like their whole life was a struggle. So when I've got somebody in this kind of energy, I mean, listen, some people can feel like that and then they're very nice to, you know, their family members and whatnot. They don't take it out. But I just feel like with this person, they may not really know how to. They may just feel like you could just be the next person there that is just the closest to kind of take it out on. But, you know, with that Hierophant as well, too, they could also see how that guy has his arms folded. He could also be not really willing to budge. So I don't know if she has tradition or a way one needs to be. Maybe she thinks you need to be a certain way. She may not be able to or be willing to budge. It feels like I don't have the most open person. Open. And I also don't know what her temper is like. So this could also be that, you know, that resonates with you too, that her temperament is not the easiest to deal with. So what does that all point to? Maybe an angry person, someone who has not made peace with some aspect of her life. Who the heck knows? That was on the bottom as well too. So I'm telling you, I think there's a lost love that she kind of, I don't know, still thinks about. But we have this on the bottom. So leveling up. And then not only that, this card, set up to fail. So what did I get here with the elevator? It's like had a lot of visions for their life, but maybe didn't ever get there. So it could be somebody who is, again, not the happiest, okay? That's what the problem is. It's not you. Look, there's the family card. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Empress. Since the human design has been the topic for me, question for the cards, find out that I'm a reflector. How can I use this to help navigate my life cycles? Okay, how can Empress, now that she knows she's a reflector, how can she use this to help navigate her life cycles? Now, this will be an interesting answer because I don't really know much about them. So it will be interesting if you do, and then it makes sense with what I'm saying, but let's find out. Okay, I'm just curious. Have you done any research about, oopsies. Have you done any research about reflectors? Because there's a question I want to ask you about them. Are they people who need to do or take more risks in life? Or act on their passions or something along those lines? Yeah, you can. You can, Mercedes. Are reflectors supposed to take more risk or take initiative on kind of standing on their own 2 feet more than being a part of a group or anything like that? Because that needs to continue. You're meant to be initiating, I feel like, but not so much with people, with risks. Risks. Like, maybe even following down the road that is the road that's less traveled, okay? Not following the straight path. This is something I feel like you definitely need to be doing, but I also feel like you're a bit of like a mirror. And I don't know if reflectors, are they called reflectors because they can reflect back to you what you're showing or what you're exuding, or like what you're portraying, or this false you, because that's what I'm also seeing here as well too, but also not getting dragged down in it. So you're not really here to be like an energetic, what's the word, like a doormat, an energetic doormat. You're here to affect others by showing to them, but I wouldn't say you're here to be like vented on or bogged down, or, you know, like people using you, you know, for their own gain of, you know, therapy. Like, I'm getting things along those lines as well too. I would say with this human design, you're really strong, but I just feel like you're like a mirror. You're a mirror. You're meant to be a mirror. You're meant to affect, but you're not meant to stick around. And again, like, that would be really cool if you understand this, because I know nothing about them. I only know about manifestors. I have not done much other research. Where did Empress go? Okay, that's what I'm getting for you. But you also have to stand strong in that, because I think for your whole life, you may have been very uncomfortable with the way that you affected people, but it's like you're meant to bring a calling. You're meant to be the calling with the Judgment card. You're meant to really shine a light on, again, is that what the reflector is? Because I'm thinking here, like, I'm curious. I'm going to go search this right now because, like, you're not saying anything. And I'm really, like, I want to know what's going on. Human design. What are they here to do? What are they here to do? Reflectors are essentially the mirrors of humanity, here to reflect the health and well-being of their communities and the world around them. They are deeply perceptive of the energies and emotions of others and their environment, acting as a barometer for what's working and what's not. Their purpose is to sample, absorb, and then reflect back these energies, offering insights and wisdoms to those around them. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, they project onto. Okay, I don't know what's going on over there. So this is kind of what I'm getting. This is like getting to be very comfortable with your position in this life. Almost like honoring it, but really stepping forward in a way where maybe you move into this kind of energy more. I think you could have maybe potentially hidden yourself before, but now you're here to step out and shine in this role. And you need to not be afraid of who you impact or who you hurt. You need to become really okay with that. Really okay with that. Like you may get, you may cause a lot of havoc. You may wreak a lot of havoc in environments or around people, or maybe even feel like you've, accumulated some enemies, but that's okay. So it's more like the confidence of what this type is. Give me more. Grassland, open expanse, grazing grounds, and sunlit grass. Yeah, like you need to kind of own it. What that person just said, Lisa, own it. But, it's kind of cool too, because you're asking how to put this forward in your life. It's like watering the grass. So please also take care of yourself, but this is about being open to it. So it just reminds me of even generators, like we kind of hide, we want to hide. We want to not even do this work, but then we have to become okay with it because it's just what it is. So that's kind of what I'm getting for you. Okay, I'm just gonna write that I'm shutting this down. Oh, crap. Sorry. Give me a moment, guys. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me go back here. Okay, Mercedes. Okay, let's bring forth the messages she needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. She's planning to move out of state with her child. What is the best advice on this move? Do your research, which I'm sure you're doing. Okay, you got to be really, really tactful about this. Like all I's dotted, all T's crossed. I think you will make a good decision with the Ace of Swords. Look at that. This is going to sound kind of interesting. Oh, there's the kids. This is going to be kind of interesting too with the Eight of Cups, because I feel like you need to leave behind where you were. There's something about energetically leaving behind where you were, but like leaving it behind. Don't take it with you. So would it resonate with you that where you're living or where you're leaving, there's a lot that happened for you emotionally. Like something needs to be set free before you leave. I know it's kind of funny because nobody ever expects when someone asks them a question like that to get like a spiritual response, right? You think you're going to get like a practical response, but no, this is kind of there's an aspect of this as it's very spiritual. We need to really let go of or surrender or leave behind something that took place there. Yes, too much happening here. Yes, I need the spirit. Okay. You resonate with that. Good. I will also say that the kids could be a little confused about what's going on right now, but they'll get it. They will get it, but they will need time to adjust. This doesn't look to me like fast pace. Okay, but they will learn to love wherever they're going. So I don't know if you need a message about the kids because it doesn't feel like they're completely on board right now, but they will be. They will grow to love where they're going. Absolutely. Give me more. Park, nature's haven, recreational space, and picnic retreat. Is where you're going more attuned to that? Are you leaving behind an area that doesn't really have a lot of that, like nature's haven and stuff, and you're moving more towards something maybe more family friendly? Or yeah, good job. I love that. You knew it was a decision that you felt right. But wherever you're going, I feel like is going to provide a lot more for you and the children in the way of oh my God, you're moving to Florida? Oh, I'm jealous in a good way. I'm so happy for you. That place is awesome. I just got back from there. This is actually from Florida. And I just want you to know, Mercedes, that you just actually act as you just acted actually as a synchronization for me, because I want to move to Florida. So I thank you for that. I really thank you for that. You're so lucky that you can do that, like you're already, in the States and stuff. Like, I don't know where you're coming from. You don't have to tell me, but they're going to love where they're going. It's just going to be so much more to do outside as opposed to inside. You'll be able to be outside. I want another card. I want another card. I want another card. Give me another card on Florida now that I know where she's going. Yeah. It's time, Mercedes. It's time. You can't do anything more where you were. And that's also what this is about. There was something restrictive about where you were, and you're no longer energetically aligned with where you were. So the only thing that makes sense is to RIP it and move forward. This is delicious. This is really delicious. Florida's going to offer up so much more outdoor, wise. But it's going to resonate with you. There's something about the area and the feeling of the area, and it's tied to kind of like the outdoors. That's going to really, it's just, you need more of that. And I don't know if it's the sunshine. I don't know what it is. I don't need to know what it is, but look at this with the new beginning. It's time. And you had the wherewithal to pick up on that. See, that's the family, and we need a new direction. So this is perfect. I don't sense anything weird about this. I traveled there a few weeks ago and loved it. So we were like basically there at the same time. I know they will love it there too. We are leaving all the family behind. Yeah, it's okay. It's what's necessary. So I feel good about this. I really do. Congratulations. I'm excited for you. I hope I can one day say I'm doing that too. But you guys are going to be so much more happier. They're just give the kids a little time, and they're gonna fall into it very quickly though. All right, well, this is all I have to say. I'm going to, oh, no problem. I thank everybody who showed up. I will try to do this more often as always, but I wish you all the best as always. Take care.